Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. Hold on a second.
I'm here too. Ooh.
We're here to raise money for the International Refugee Committee. It helps. It says basically what it says right there is to help raise money for people who are in need of homes and stuff like that. And so far we are at $2,775. Woo!
Okay, without the mask on, you just kind of look at Electro and go, "Who?"
Apparently they can't hear you.
Yes, I just realised that. So for this gets uploaded to YouTube, the first 2 minutes of this is going to be absolutely nothing. My bad. Yes, so,
Except us, no, because they can hear me.
Yeah.
Can't hear
So
you.
as I said, to go back a little bit, because I have not played this game in like at least over a decade, I put in a cheat code to unlock power-ups, so I'm not stuck at the same things over and over and over and over again. So I put in unlimited weapons because having to refill weapon in a Spider-Man video game is never fun. And I put in... Okay, so these I like that. Captain America follows Doc Ock and Spider-Man since the plot. Obviously a reference to the previous game. So when I was playing this for the first time, a lot of these kind of replace the comic book covers type of thing. And some of them, I remember getting annoyed at this game because one of these newspapers references Morbius and Blade, and they're not in the game anywhere. And then, what'd you fucking say?
Remember, for the first hour of this game, we can't swear.
Message your mother-in-law, see if she'd be down for that again.
Please no.
Wait, are you?
It is the Bugle, so they purposely made
the Hedgehog engine.
Vicarious Visions.
The Hedgehog engine makes this look great. It's Beast.
Hey, did Vicarious Visions make this game?
Yeah,
It's the X-Men are in this game.
Did Vicarious
look at him thrust his crotch.
Provide you with information of a practical and necessary nature.
Thanks for the show.
What are they doing that for?
I'm Kelsey.
He's just breathing. Get your mind out of the gutter.
No.
I'm Kelsey Kramer.
Would you
I'm
mind
Kelsey
telling me what
Kramer.
this is?
I was watching this. A friend of mine was watching baseball the other day, and obviously because most people find baseball boring to watch,
Boring as fuck.
they put in all these segments that are meant to like entertain the people who don't really like baseball. And one of them was these two guys, and they were playing that they're playing that game where
Pressing R2 allows me to web swing.
one person holds their phone up to their head and has the name of like a celebrity or somebody on it, and the other person has to get them to guess who the name is. And I wasn't paying attention, and the guy went, "Yeah, nobody's gonna know who Kelsey Grammer is," and I was like, "Excuse you."
Fucking Satchel Bob.
Somebody asked if Ray Romano was in this. Yes, Deborah. I mean Mary Jane.
I will say, graphically, this is a big step up from the first one. Everything has more textures, there's more dynamic lighting, like animations are faster.
Bye, Duke Nukem.
Yeah, but do the characters have fingers?
Yeah,
Actually, in cutscenes, Spider-Man does have fingers now.
But his bag suit doesn't have "kick me" sign on the back of it.
0 out of 10, worst game ever made.
I hate it.
He doesn't have a "kick me" sign in PS4 either. Only Shattered Dimensions has the "kick me" sign, so it's the best game.
Does this one have the kick me sign? Does Spider-Man 1 have the kick me sign?
I don't know.
Somehow
I think it's so funny that how many games and how popular the Bagman costume has been, and it's literally only in like half an issue.
I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah, it's the gag for one issue, and that's the issue when he gets rid of the symbiote for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives it the Fantastic Four, and he's like, "How do I get back home?" And it's like, "It's okay." And then they give him the suit, and Johnny
What
puts
about
the
my
kick me
face?
sign on.
One of my favorite
What about my
things
face?
is when they ask him to take the place of Johnny on the team,
He's like, gladly, he sucked.
and
I love that
when he
issue.
died, and
Because he sucked.
they're
If he
totally
was good at his job, he wouldn't have died.
they're totally like the whole idea is they're rebranding the team into the Future Foundation because the Fantastic Four died with Johnny, and Pete shows up in a Fantastic Four uniform, and they're just like, that is in bad taste.
I mean, to be fair, they didn't say anything to him, so
I
He
mean,
should
it
have
is.
known better.
What are they up to?
the issue right before when they're reflecting on his death, that was one of the best.
So this is a game whose
that hero thing,
story actually got changed and altered. This obviously released after 9/11, and so at one point there was a big like terrorist conspiracy subplot that was just wiped.
Wow.
Yeah.
This came out at the same time as Spider-Man 1, didn't it? Movie.
Yeah, roughly I think. Yeah, a bit before. Oh God, we're on the ground. We're on the rough streets in New York City.
Holy shit.
In New York.
Yeah. 'Cause I do remember, like, I do have like vague memories of going to the video store and like seeing the game rental section, and there would be the Spider-Man 1 movie game and this game like back to back, and I'd be like, it's a PS1 game and a PS2 game. That's amazing.
Enter Electro. That is such a comic book title. Enter Electro.
October 19th.
Was it? Isn't that the
2001.
British? Isn't that the British title for Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No? Who the fuck told you that? Who told you that, Stefan? Who's telling you these lies?
Let me look, because I remember reading something
No,
that was
because
like,
I bought my first Blu-ray copy of Amazing Spider-Man 2 came from England, and it's just called The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
oh,
So it looks
internationally marketed as Rise of Electro.
Maybe in not England.
Yeah,
Maybe
not
in-
England, but like international, like other foreign countries.
So it looks like Spider-Man movie Game 1 came out 6 months after this game.
Interesting.
It's crazy they were able to change it so fast because this game came out in October of 2001.
What this one did?
Yeah.
How am I gonna put out this fire? I need a lot of water.
So 2001, so like very soon after 9/11 then.
We got some donations.
Ooh, donations.
We got a $15 donation from Matt. Happy to donate towards such a good cause. Can TJ, in whatever voice he wants, sing at least part of "Holding Out for a Hero" from Shrek 2?
Ha.
It shows the age of some people that
I better put out the fire at the
you say that from Shrek 2, when of course the correct answer is Holding Out from a Hero from Short Circuit 2.
I am really pissed.
Oscar, I am really pissed off. I used to repeat that. Me and my brother would repeat that, not really knowing what it means in our house, and our parents legit got pissed. They were like, stop saying that. Like, Oscar, I am really pissed off.
I fucking love Short Circuit 2.
Dying.
Such a good fucking movie. I never liked Short Circuit 1, but I like Short Circuit 2 a lot.
Same. Same Z's.
Well, it's because you get more Johnny Five in Short Circuit 2.
Yeah, he's like an actual character in Short Circuit 2.
Well, like, because there's time when, like, they build up to Johnny Five. And then, but Short Circuit 2, you have Johnny Five the whole movie.
What are they up to now?
Damn it, now I go home and watch Short Circuit 2. How can I watch it?
Oh, I forgot. One of the powers you can have from the Spider-Man Unlimited suit is to go invisible. Doesn't work on boss. Oh, something happened. I died. I lost somehow.
Go get him, Bagman.
Miles Morales stole it from him.
How dare he?
Shit.
What?
I can only watch it if I pay for it. Looks like I'm renting.
There's another donation.
But I'm working on it, Stefan.
He just took a break to look up Short Circuit 2.
Oh,
Well, no, I'm looking at the lyrics to that song.
Oh.
Holding Out for a Hero. Bonnie Tyler classic.
Does this look right to anyone?
Where have all the good men gone? Where are all the gods? Where's the street rat Hercules?
It wasn't you, it
To
was
fight
me.
to rise now.
That was me, though.
Well, sing it in.
I need a hero! I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. Deborah! Deborah! Can I be a hero?
We got a $50 donation from Derek MK, who said, "BRB FTCR, I have to do chores." And then a $50 donation from Derek MK, who said, "Okay, FTCR, I'm back from my chores now." For real though, props for another great charity event. Please put this and my other $50 donation from a couple minutes ago towards Power Rangers, the movie, the game,
Oh.
for the chat pick.
Oh, no, so that means now we have 45 minutes of Power Rangers the movie, the game.
Right now it's at $200.
What Power Rangers the movie, the game?
Power Rangers at $200.
Well, the fuck, like a whole hour of Power Rangers then.
If that's what the people want.
I mean, there might come a time when, if we run out of it, then we will, we'll have to stop taking donations for that.
Holding out for a Deborah.
Just need to cap off that hydrant. I can put out the fire.
So, Stefan, I'll ask you a question. What the fuck happened there?
You died.
I don't know how though.
Yeah, but you did it.
Shut up. So I forget you're looking forward to seeing Jane Silent Bob reboot, right?
I'm kind of excited for it just because looking at it, it looks very I got a lot of nostalgic feelings of it. I'm like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be quote unquote good, but I think it would be something I actually find enjoyment over. It's like, oh, this kind of seems kind of funny. I think I'm gonna be I think I'll like being like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, it's that, because I really like those first 5 VSU films.
I don't care much for Morats, but
Yeah, we know.
you know what? Because it's still a good movie. But you know, I thought the trailer was actually pretty terrible.
You're pretty terrible.
You're pretty
terrible.
We tag teamed it, yeah.
Oh god.
Why are we glowy Spider-Man?
Because this game. Oh, how about Twix? Dude, mute your mic, man. There's far too much background noise. This game lets you do a thing where kind of like the PS4 game, where you can select the costume and you can equip up to 3 powers of it. And because I have not played this game in over a decade, I put in the cheat code to unlock everything. So we have the amazing Bagman. I have unlimited webbing. I have super strength, even more so than usual, and I can turn invisible, which is a power from the suit from Spider-Man Unlimited, the sequel series to Spider-Man animated series, where Spider-Man was trapped on an alien world with animal-human hybrids. That was fucking terrible. It was just copied from Batman Beyond, and it was cancelled after 1 season.
Okay, but since you're wearing a Fantastic Four suit, I imagine it's much more plausible that that Invisible Woman just stole Peter's web swingers and decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna dick around for an afternoon.
That's a good theory.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
I would
shut up.
I would let
TJ,
Got
I didn't even make fun of you yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what, TJ?
What?
Far From Home was not bad.
You're just saying that to hurt me.
Gareth, they're saying in the chat that you keep dying because you're supposed to put out the fire.
What in the coffee place? I tried doing that. I tried whipping it up. It wouldn't let me. You wouldn't do anything.
That's because webs don't put out fire.
I put the fire out.
Did you?
This is the fire hydrant.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and Derek, the bid war was to get you. The whole point of the bid war is that you can bid like whatever game you want as long as it's $50.
Yeah.
So if you want your money to go to like a whole different game, you can do that.
How are we doing on donations, by the way?
We're around 2,700 last I checked.
Oh crap, we're at
we got more, we got more, we
2940.
got more.
Oh,
Wait,
we're looking 3,000.
Okay, we got a
Wait, we
$50
just got
donation
29,000.
guys, when someone's reading the donations, let them speak.
Who was the last person read? Was it Derek? MK?
He's doing. TJ knows who's being read, man. Let him do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
We got a $50 donation from Gamer of Glory, who said aim web at the fire hydrant to douse the building.
I like that. I'm very grateful for $50 for that, but I feel bad that I figured it out before the donation was ultimately worthless because I figured it out beforehand. Gamer of Glory.
We are now collectively dumber for reading your donation.
Gamer of Glory. If you want your $50 to go to something, leave a comment in the chat, and we can put it towards something.
Like maybe making me draw something.
Yeah. Or if you want 15 minutes of a game, or to add 15 minutes to a game that's already in the chat, then do that.
I didn't know that they made a sequel to the PS1 Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty late towards the end of life. Like this game came out only a couple months before the first movie game did on the next gen consoles.
Ah, okay.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I remember this was actually in England. This was a short segment on the local like the BBC at some point, but they were like this game's plot had to be altered because it came out like right off like a month after 9/11, and there was a like terrorist subplot about blowing up buildings in New York that they just axed a bunch of shit from before they released the game.
Okay, so Gamer Glory said, can he put his $50 towards the Switch? And,
Oh yeah, for 2 raffle, sure.
And he also wants Ted to say I love you.
I love you.
Aw, that's so nice.
Okay, so Stefan, put Gamer Glory down for 2 Switch raffles. Thank you. How do I fucking go now? Where's the fucking... So, just because we already talked a bunch about Spider-Man, Ted, you're a big Marvel shill.
Sure, yeah.
Favorite? Well, you love everything. It's what Ryan says. You love everything Marvel does, and Disney. What?
It's
What?
okay, Ted. He says the same thing about me too.
Okay.
With Ted, I'm actually joking. What are your favorite versions of Spider-Man?
All-time favorite version of Spider-Man is easily Spectacular Spider-Man. I love that. I hate that
Noise.
show ended in such a dumb way, because Norman Osborn in that stupid Hawaiian shirt will probably haunt me until the day I die.
Don't apologize. I never do. Fucking like dramatic zoom in on his face. It was so dumb.
Yeah.
That goddamn cliffhanger.
Other than that, I do have a soft spot for the initial Bendis run for Ultimate Spider-Man, but only until oh god, it was it was either right before, I haven't read it in a couple of years, but around the time they add Gwen Stacy and she starts being important.
So like
I
the first
stopped,
half of it.
Dude,
So the first 100-ish issues. From what I remember, before Ultimatum happened and everything became terrible.
yeah, that's
So basically, yeah.
my favorite issue of that run is the one where because they have that plot where him and Mary Jane break up, and then they go to that party together, and Pete does something to I don't know, rekindle their romance or whatever. And
No, she gives him a letter.
She gives him a note. Oh my god! And then he web swings over to her house. That's oh my god.
Because it was what happened. Because it was the whole Venom stuff happened. Then they met up, and he was like I was so scared. I don't know what to do. He left, and then a few days later, then she gave him the note.
I was so surprised.
I'd love it. I'd love it. Sorry, if he got the note, it's web swang to a house straight away, then open the note. And the note just said, "Leave me the fuck alone." Oh, okay, I'll go home then.
Bae, come over. Me, I can't. I have to stop crime in New York. Bae, my parents aren't home.
I really like because that one probably other than Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane, that probably has the most soap opera-y of all the in terms of the high school stuff in terms of Spider-Man stories. But I really liked how it was done there.
Yeah, it's fair, but it also does feel like an actual teenage romance because teenagers are melodramatic like that and shit.
I liked when there was just the short while where he dated Kitty Pryde.
Yep, I like that too.
I remember liking that, although I remember not liking what they did to Deadpool in Ultimate Spider-Man, but I guess that was technically X-Men, so.
Well, no, that was in that Spider-Man arc where he's in charge of that game show.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah, that's what. Although the Shattered Dimensions version is kind of like a mix between the 616 and Ultimate because it's this personality, but he's in charge of the game show still. Because Ultimate Deadpool in the comics is basically just he's kind of like original Rob Liefeld Deadpool without any personality at all.
Yeah.
The entirety of Ultimate Spider-Man is one I love to go back and just read through the whole thing because it's paced very quickly, so you can go through several issues all at once and it takes you nothing. So it's very easy for me to go through the over 100 130-ish issues, including all the way up to where Miles is because I think all of that is really strong.
Has to be one of the worst experiences as a teenager. Is when you think you're gonna be able to make out with hot as fuck Black Cat. Then you take off your mask, she sees you're a kid, and she pukes all over your dick, which is likely hard at that point. It's that's fucking rough. That's fucking rough, man.
I'm sorry, but when you said make out, it just
Rough for Peter or rough for Catwoman?
I'm not telling a story. When you and Steven were talking about when he came to England. And he had to do something he had to go to your house, and he said the whole way there you were just Steven.
yeah, that was
make out with that girl.
That was the day that was the day we went to Entom's house. We were coming home and we were gonna go to to a party in the evening, and that was the day we're coming home. Because when Stephen came to England the first time, he didn't tell us. He didn't tell anyone he was leaving the country. Like his parents didn't
Wait.
know nothing, and so
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh,
And so we're
That's
driving.
responsible.
We're driving home from where Entom lives, which is I won't say where it is, but it was like a couple of hours from where I live. You know, it was a little bit of a drive. And so he gets messages saying like, you know, your family are freaking out. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. And on the way back, I was like, there was this girl I was kind of not really seeing. We just sometimes make out and stuff together. So we're driving home. Like, and Stephen goes, when we get home, I need to like find a way to call my parents. And I was like, yeah, but then we gotta go. Like, fucking make me leave this party. I'll fucking leave you in England. Fucking.
I love the way that Steven tells it, where he's just like, let's break out with that girl. I swear to God.
I just push him out of my car and we're driving. I swear to fucking God.
If I don't get to break out with that girl. It's like
the ones at the bottom.
It's like you would think that you're like if I don't get to have sex with her, it's just like if I don't get to make out with her.
Do I get in there? No, I don't. Okay. This game, I know, like there's a lot of people who say that modern games hold hands too much, but I could really use a map system. I could really use a map. Someone please tell me where the fuck to go.
So I was playing a couple of NES games on the Switch just because I was bored earlier today, and I sure as hell don't mind having my hand held if it means I know what the hell I'm supposed to do, because I have had no idea what I was doing with all. Like, I was playing the original Kid Icarus, and I was like, how did people know what any of these items did at all?
Magic.
Oh, I'm reminded. Did you guys make it the whole hour without swearing?
We did. We did.
Oh man,
wow, what a miracle.
how did you do that?
It was for charity, Ted.
Yeah, it was.
One day, so as a kid, 'cause I guess I've always been inclined to. One day at school, I literally was silent the entire day to raise money for charity.
Gotta find that motorcycle.
I said
Really?
I said not a goddamn word for 8 hours, and I raised like £50, which isn't that much. And in retrospect, I'm like, that's kind of not worth it for as little money as I raised. But still, I shut up for 8 hours.
Well, what was the cause you were raising it for?
It was comic relief, Red Nose Day.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys have that. I'm not sure if you guys have that over
that,
here.
but it's in the Walgreens stores though.
Look, this is like a big televised event. Like it's like once every few years, where they'll get like a bunch of like famous like British TV comedians and like TV stars, and they'll just do like funny skits and shit. Well, not really funny, but they'll do skits. And like it's weird 'cause it's like complete tonal whiplash. They'll do like a funny skit, and then they'll just show you a video of like how like children in Africa die every day, and it's like I get why you're doing this, like showing us this stuff, but damn son, like you just showed us like people being goofy for 6 minutes, so now you gotta show us this.
Yeah.
Here's my money, you bastards. Fine, I get you.
That's gonna be a big yikes for me, Chief.
Yeah, I still live in England, and yeah, it is a huge event every few years.
As a kid, FTA raised money for charity by shutting up. As an adult, FTA is raising money for charity by not shutting up. Let's go, Shuckles.
Good one, Chuck.
Character growth.
Alright, we have a $10 donation from
Or
Aura.
she didn't specify my pronouns.
Dude, when TJ's reading the donation, it's a quiet time.
$10 donation from Aura, who says, "Hello, all you lovable bastards. Hold on. Oh shit. I just had some sip. Oh man. I can feel it kicking in. Anyway, hope you all still having fun. Very happy we're still going with another game. With this money, I want you to put $9 to Sailor Mercury and put the other $1 to Kim Pine.
Yeah.
Love you all. Another sip for you all. Ooh boy."
How drunk are you guys?
Not very. We're in a couple little ones. In fact, TJ, are you out?
Oh, okay.
I'm out. Dude, can you pass me
I
a
want
screw-
it.
Go get some drinks, go. He must be a screwdriver.
Behind you.
What?
Oh, you
We
want
might
me to
have
get
some
up and go get
extra
it?
vodka.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Oh, okay.
I'll get it because TJ's plugged into the Matrix. 1 second.
Yeah, so Kim is still winning by a mile with $86, with Ramona at $60. Mercury is winning by a fair amount with $98 versus Jupiter at $84.
What one do we want to win?
I don't have no idea. I think Gareth wants Mercury because that's his
This
favorite.
is white chocolate.
Oh.
So don't
So
let
boys-
Gareth's favorite win. Gotcha.
White chocolate's good.
I know that
Said
Catherine,
one,
who's
not
playing
seven.
that game, I'm pretty sure the lesbians are her favorite. So, but
Which
you
ones
can't
are those
play as
again?
them in that game. So I don't think it matters.
Oh wait, who's favorite what now?
Oh god, I'm probably wrong, but I have a sinking feeling that Catherine's favorite Sailor Moon is the lesbian one.
Oh, Neptune and Uranus, is it?
I think maybe
Or
I could be
Neptune
wrong.
and Saturn. Although in the original dig dub they were cousins, which
Yeah, I know they
Which-
were cousins, which meant that in the in the Arkansas version, they still made out and stuff. But they're not in that game because it was an earlier game. I think there is a Sailor Moon game with them, but we didn't play that one, so it sucks to be you.
I think Japan got all kinds of Sailor Moon games like on like the PS2 and shit that this weren't brought over here. Because at that point, Sailor Moon was effectively dead in the West.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they did the same thing with Dragon Ball, even though it wasn't really like airing stuff anymore. But they still like just made 7,000 video games because what else are you gonna do?
Dragon Ball
Too
Z.
many of them left.
Dragon.
I've seen one episode of that show, and even then I was just like, life's too short.
So Gareth,
seen
what
the
would you
movie?
do? How much money to get Tuxedo Mask to be playable?
I mean, is he an option in the game?
I don't think so.
Well then, why waste my time with that question?
Because I don't know, I thought you were gonna go off about Tuxedo Mask on a rant and it would have been comedy gold.
No, but it wasn't funny because your comment is illogical because the character is able to be played in the game. So shut up.
I want to say,
Homecoming's way better than Spider-Man 2.
No, Ted.
Oh man,
Once
No,
again,
Ted
drop
would.
the T.
once again, your comment is logically fallible, and you're just saying that.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a trash movie.
Yeah.
You're just saying that to hurt me.
Yeah.
every non-Spider-Man scene in that movie is trash.
They're lying. They're lying. They're out to get you.
Okay, so TJ, if Spider-Man does a dance scene, then that's terrible. But if Electro does a dance scene, then oh, it's the best movie ever.
Electro has a dance scene in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It was like a rave kind of thing, wasn't it?
Technically,
Oh god.
technically, I never said that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the greatest movie ever made.
You know, I've never
I just
really
think that
experienced a
Amazing
man like this
Spider-Man
before.
2 has the
I hope his
best
webline holds.
Spider-Man moments of any Spider-Man movie.
Like the ending.
Like the ending.
Like
Where
when,
he saved the kid.
yeah, like when Wednesday she dies. Like Wednesday does.
Yeah, like that ending.
Boing.
It's the Shocker. Get back here, Shocker.
Remember when Electro sings the Itsy Bitsy Spider? I hate this song.
That's the second movie that Jamie Foxx ruined for me.
What's the first?
What's the first?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. That was the first. Baby Driver was the second.
I
What's
thought Baby
wrong with
Driver
him
was a
and
good
Baby
movie.
Driver?
I didn't like Jamie
Baby-
Foxx in that movie.
I love Baby Driver.
Here's the thing.
I've
The whole
I've
chat
never
screaming
seen
shocker.
I've never seen it, but I've only heard good things about Baby.
I love that. Baby Driver was
You
great.
should watch it.
Here's
That's
the
great.
here's the thing. So John Bernthal
Oh, look this again.
had billing in the movie, and he's in it for 5 minutes.
So,
Everything that Jamie Foxx did, John Bernthal could have done.
TJ, Mark Hamill is second build in Star Wars Force Awakens. He's on screen for 16 seconds.
Yeah, but
6 seconds.
that's different.
How is
Wait,
it different?
really?
John Bernthal doesn't have the same.
In Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Luke Skywalker appears at the very end. He says no lines, and he's on screen for. If we're being generous, I'll be generous and say 40 seconds. And he is second build in the credits.
But I get it.
He's second build. Jesus Christ. Who was first? Was
Han
it
Solo. Harrison Ford was
Solo.
first, yeah.
Okay.
TJ, you're forgetting Jamie Foxx has the "and" credit in that movie, so it doesn't.
No, John Bernthal has the "and" credit.
Because the "and" credit is always like the most important, like one of the most important people, so that doesn't really count with the other people. Like John Bernthal, I think, is like near the end of the regular credits.
No, but he's credited on the poster.
Oh no, it is and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, so like that technically means that he would be higher than John Bernthal in that case.
Now John Bernthal
That is
even
not a
on
good
that
screwdriver.
We made some real progress today.
Did you like it?
I didn't try it.
That's it. I don't like that.
When you get to prison, remember to share your feelings.
I-
with the
Wait,
group, okay?
are you two in the same room?
Yeah.
Then why does TJ have his own Discord?
Because this was a workaround to so we can have other people on Discord with us. Otherwise, we'd have to have one microphone, and we'd have to have like, you guys on speaker, and it would be picked up by the microphone. There'd be an echo.
You're 18,
This was just a
You're
workaround.
18 at the airfield.
Okay.
I mean,
Sounds legit.
I know I said I didn't like it, but I didn't mean take it away from me, son.
Oh,
No, you can have it. I'll go.
sorry. You were like, that's not good.
This is the worst fucking thing I've ever had. I didn't mean take it.
Did Peter just steal Shocker's shockers?
Alcohol. Yeah, there's 2 more in there. I haven't taken a screwdriver yet.
I'm gonna go and get some more booze.
Oh, that's an alcohol. Oh, I thought you were talking about an actual screwdriver.
Why
was
would I
like,
say this screwdriver tastes bad for, Ted?
I don't know. I'm not gonna
Jesus
judge.
Christ! I'm gonna go get more
Think
alcohol. I'll
screwdrivers
be
are
back in a
edible.
second. A screwdriver is vodka and orange juice.
I thought that was a mimosa.
No.
No, that's
No, mimosas
that's
are different.
champagne.
Champagne.
Alcohol sounds complicated.
young naive Ted. That's
I'm
that's a
older
chugga
than
move.
you are.
No, that's
so,
spider knife
oh,
says
so
that. and
young,
then
you're so foolish, Ted.
The airfield tonight. If I heard
I'm pretty
Blue
sure I'm
Dino
older
says
than you
that-
too.
Blue Dino says that that's a chugga move.
I have
Innocent
spent it
Ted.
abroad. Or 2.
Caro, you're 12. You shouldn't even be drinking.
Yeah, shut up, Twix Mix. You're not even allowed to be here.
In
Too
Europe,
young.
I can drink. Thank you
You
very
can't.
much.
I'm actually.
You're still 6.
Chilling.
I think one of the most relatable and like it's like somewhat relatable / mind-opening tweets ever is just the trick to a twist-off bottle. It's just the fact that you have to accept it's gonna hurt. They don't just twist off normally, like it's gonna hurt. And that's why whenever someone would hand me a twist off one, I'm like, I can't make it work. And it's like, no, you have to like basically cut your skin to fucking open a twist off bottle. This is a bad design choice. Bad design
can't
choice.
carry any more cartridges.
Twix 6.
Oh God, spider.
What was with the name change, Twix? Because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna just always
want,
call you
like-
Twix.
Do you want like a tipsy answer or a legit answer?
Oh, then just an accurate
That's
one.
the answer.
Well, whatever's shortest.
Okay, so it's kind of stupid. Okay, so like I'm
She'd never
going
had
into
a Twix bar
education,
before, and
so
when
I
she tried
wanted
it, she
my
was like, "This is
username
bad."
to reflect my hopes and dreams. That's literally it.
She wants to be missed like a teacher.
Okay,
You
hold
want-
on,
you
Caro.
want-
I've got a
wait,
better
wait.
idea.
You
The
want your
Mars
hopes and-
company sent out a group of assassins after her and tied her up at gunpoint and said that she had to change her name or else.
But like, what does mix like what hopes and dreams of what the fuck are you talking like what?
Looked like they were made
Oh, Mix doesn't really, okay, Mix doesn't really mean anything. I can tell you the story of Twix Mix. So like, I was watching a Sonic Paradox stream several years ago, and they wanted me to put down a username. I was eating a Twix bar at the time, so I'm like, okay, I guess I could be Twix, but I don't want to be just Twix. Let me go through like names that rhyme, and it settled on Mix. So that's literally it.
Well, no, but I mean, like, you said you changed the name because you wanted it to be about your hopes and dreams, but what about Miss Mix? Is about your
Yeah,
hopes and dreams?
I want to be a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's because she's Twix Mix, last name Mix, so it's like Miss, like a
Miss
teacher.
Mix. Like it's
Oh,
legit.
well, you
Miss
can-
Mix.
if you want
Can
to,
you help me with my homework?
You don't have to be. You don't have to be a teacher to be called missionary. You can just be a normal person and be called that.
Nah. You just want,
Mrs.
you
Montez,
just, you just want,
can
you just
help
want me to be a copyrighted name. Last name.
Can you help
Okay.
me with my linguistics?
Help me with my linguistics. Well, what do you want to know, Stefan? What do you want to know about linguistics?
I want to know how does language
Your
work?
Canadian vocabulary is wrong. It is chicken sandwich, it's not chicken burger. Next.
No, it's spelled colors with a U.
It is. That's how it's spelled. That's how it's
Yeah, that's how
fucking
it's spelled.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Caro, I need your help, all right? I need you to linguistically prove that Gareth's wrong about it being called the Mega Drive.
Wow, Gareth.
Yeah, that's a point.
Well, no, because I'm gonna say. I said this before. The fucking company and country that made it called it the Mega Drive. So checkmate.
Well, that didn't work in the Sonic
Gareth's
trailer now, did
not
it?
wrong though.
Again.
It's officially called the Mega Drive, but
So
this is a much better name.
So why isn't that one boss in Sonic 06 called the Egg Mega Drive then, huh? Huh?
Because Genesis tries to mean it. Yeah, again, Twix said I would have fucking loved it. But when the first Sonic trailer came out, and people made edits for in the European version, every hero has a Mega Drive. I would have loved it if they legit did that.
Alright, so we got
That was like one of the few decent things about that trailer. Otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be a train wreck.
Nah, I thought that was incredibly tacky, but you know.
Oh no, it made me smile, but it was like, yeah, this is kind of, it's so cheesy, but that's why I liked it.
That's fair. I can see that.
Yeah, and let's be honest here, I was just reaching for like the very lowest bar, like scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
I think TJ said we had new donations.
Yep. We got a
We do.
$10 donation again from Aura, who said, "Glug glug, Jesus fuck." Good sip.
What?
By the way, Gareth and T-Bay, you ever had Seagram? Good stuff, especially the orange vanilla flavor. Ew.
Seaman?
Legit some delicious fucking good sip. Oh yeah, money. So put it to Sailor Mercury because we need more blue.
Hey!
Also Ted.
Yes.
Who is your favorite dream friend? I like Taranza and Megalore.
So Adeline and Ribbon are the one of 3 dream friends that actually qualify as friends. And there's 2 of them and they're both cute and they high five each other. So I'm gonna go with those 2.
Weeb.
Y'all remember that classic?
That's not even you worship One Piece.
Y'all remember that classic Tom Baker Doctor Who story, the Mega Drive of the Daleks?
Yeah, you know my favorite rock band from the 70s, the Mega Drive. You know.
Hey.
Thank you, Phil Collins.
This is actually true. In Europe and Japan, the first book of the Bible is called the Mega Drive.
Yes, that's true. You know what? I didn't go to to the Catholic Church every Sunday for 18 years to not remember that. It's
Exactly.
incredibly true.
You
They,
can't
they,
not
ne-
remember
they never taught the Old Testament anyway. It was always the New Testament.
because in the Old Testament, God's kind of a dick.
No, the Old Testament's super fucked up.
Yeah,
There's
so
some pretty fucked up shit in there.
God
So, you
literally
see-
reboots the universe.
So in the beginning of the Bible, you know, God created paradise, all right?
God
And then
reboots the
he says to Adam and Eve, all right, okay, you can do anything you want in here, but if you can't take the game from the tree, okay? And then Eve goes and she takes the copy of Sonic the Hedgehog off of the tree, and that's original sin. And that's why we have sin in the world now.
God made 2
You're not wrong.
universes.
You're not wrong.
God made 2
Here's the
universes.
question,
so
though,
you
why-
can say, let's not go to
why-
that one, let's go to the
Why were they not allowed to touch that tree? What was so special about that tree?
Because he wanted them to. I don't
That's
know.
where God hid his porn, alright? Like,
I
let
mean,
the man have
probably,
some
yeah.
space.
Although the only woman who existed at that time was Eve, and so it would have to be porn of Eve, but Eve is kind of his daughter. Although I guess everybody is technically God's daughter, so it would be weird if God had porn of anyone. I guess except for Satan, maybe. Do you think God has a stash of porn of Satan?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
comment, and
Sexy
subscribe.
Satan porn.
I mean,
Oh,
if you read
sexy
Paradise
gay
Lost,
Satan?
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Lucifer.
Oh, yeah, that sexy gay Lucifer.
Yeah, show me those horns, baby. Ah, yeah, that's the good stuff.
I hope to God no one in the chat's religious.
Why wasn't I taught in the church? I only taught some kind of a forbidden fruit and a snake.
Snack.
The fruit of knowledge, which upon eating it would fill them with knowledge of shame and evil, hence when they cover themselves. Alright. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, where they were filled with shame and evil. Exactly, guys.
Oh no, this game isn't very good.
I remember when
shameful.
they released the soundtrack of the SA1 SA2 songs with the instrumental tracks, and I remember I thought that its name perfectly summed up Sonic fans. It was called Passion and Pride, which is perfect for Sonic fans. Too much passion, too little pride.
Yeah, that fits. Wait, so it had instrumental tracks of every vocal song, or?
It didn't have "Open Your Heart" or "Live." But it had all the character themes, so it didn't have "Open Your Heart" or "Live and Learn." But it had all of the other ones. It even for the SA1 side, it even included the Gamma and Dr. Eggman instrumental tracks, which I fucking love. The SA1 Eggman theme, it's so fucking good.
Wait, Gamma's theme is already instrumental.
Yeah. So on for the SA1 side, they included those on the. It was 2 discs. One was all the songs. One was instrumentals, and on the instrumental disc on the instrumental disc they just included Eggman and Gamma's SA1 themes.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a pretty good CD, and I can't wait to go to Japan so I can buy more Weeb soundtracks.
Oh right, you're going to Japan.
I am.
in October.
I booked my ticket.
Gareth, buy me Dragon Quest merch.
Ted, seriously, man, if you send me the money for it, I'll pick it up for you.
Okay, good, because
Gareth,
then you
I
can
will
see
send
a
you-
success where Caro was a failure.
Of
Because I
course.
sent
Well,
Caro
Hurry,
money.
it's sold out.
I sent
Okay,
Caro
Ted.
money to buy me Dragon Quest merch.
Wait,
She
Ted,
didn't do it.
Ted.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah.
Would you like a plushie of the Fortnite enemy in Dragon Quest?
Do you mean the Restless Armor because they made a Fortnite joke before Fortnite literally even existed?
Exactly.
No, the best one in Rocket Slime is there's an enemy called the Chrono Twigger, and it's literally the logo from Chrono Trigger, but instead it says Chrono Twigger instead.
Amazing. But you know, I can't shit talk Twix. She got me the Sonic Mania Japanese plus box that came with the soundtrack.
Yes, and
Just
in
the box.
return, I will give you money so you can buy me some Persona 5 stuff.
If you guys just send me money, tell me what you want, and advise of a store where I can get it, because I'm gonna spend a couple days in Tokyo. So you guys tell me where to go get it, and I'll do that for you. I probably won't see you guys again until Too Many Games, but you know, or if you want to send me shipping, I can ship it to you, or just wait for Too Many Games.
Well, yeah, even still, just the shipping from your house to my place when you're back in America, as opposed to Japan, probably saves me like a good $20. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you know, you guys aren't that far, so it probably won't cost that much. But it depends on how big the thing is you want me to get.
Caro, what if P5 Royal is out by then? You ask him to get it.
Stefan, why? Ugh.
Why?
Gareth,
What's
when,
wrong?
Gareth, when in October are you going again?
3rd to the 11th.
So close. So close. P5 Royal comes out the 31st. But there might be merch.
You might be merch.
Stefan, fuck you.
I mean, I was about to say how would you be able to play it, but you would probably still be able to play it and understand it.
Well, no, because because you know they run on PS4 isn't region locked, so you can play it.
Yeah.
I just mean so like Caro knows some Japanese.
Oh, I mean, did I not include English stuff on the Japanese versions?
No.
Those
it's
No,
a
the
big
subs-
game
the-
to translate.
Yeah, so that's why it's coming out in 2020.
Okay, that makes sense.
Although Atlas takes forever to translate everything they do.
Yeah, but
Yes,
are
they
their
do.
translations good, or are they a rush job?
They're usually pretty good. They're just the localization's usually pretty good, and it's all readable. The only consistent problem that I've seen to have with them is that almost always there's at least one or two lines of dialogue in obscure places that they just straight up forgot to translate, and so suddenly you'll be seeing Japanese text for no reason.
Really?
Yeah, there's it's happened at least twice that I know of. In one point in I think it oh god, what is it? The Devil Summoner on 3DS, and then in Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, there's a line of dialogue you can only get if you are fighting the final boss for a specific amount of turns, and apparently their playtesters were so good at the game, none of them ever were able to fight the boss. They beat the boss too quickly for the dialogue to show up, and so they never checked to make sure that it was actually translated.
That's like the Black Doom boss fight. If you lost 8 minutes, Eggman goes, "Shadow, you're the real one. I just found you and locked you up." JK, I have never taken that long to beat Black Doom, so I've never heard it. Hashtag.
I have.
Also, I think Persona 5 came out like 6 months after the Japanese version, so I assume it'll probably so it wasn't that long. So I assume it'll probably be like early 2020. It'll come
Hopefully
out.
it's
Yeah, I don't
not
think it's
as
that
long
long.
because the game's already done and translated for the most part.
They just need to add like the extra content and social links and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
didn't they already release an English dub trailer for Royal? So that means they are working on it.
They did. I think so because the English voice actor for Kazumi was announced already. So
Did the English version of the Catherine remake come out yet?
like the full body edition?
Yeah, did that come out yet?
No, I think that's coming out next month.
Did
Wait,
that,
I thought I saw it on
is that the one? Is that something to do with Catherine where they made it like transphobic? Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, there's a lot. Oh god, it's a lot.
Right.
There's some the original game has some questionable trans stuff in it to begin with, and the remake didn't help. I'll just put it that way. It's not like it's probably the definition of the word problematic, I guess is the thing, where it's not like outwardly like vehemently hateful, but it's still like super uncomfortable. It's hard to explain without like spoiling major story chunks.
So
as well.
what you're
It's
saying
difficult.
is go and watch Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling instead.
No, they ruined it. The SJWs ruined Rocco's Modern Life. I hate it now.
They made the frogs trans.
It's so liberal, left wing.
I saw the clip of that today, and I loved Mr. Bighead going, "Oh, you damaged my retina."
Aw, he damaged my retina.
It's just I forgot how much I enjoyed Rocco's Modern Life because I hadn't watched it probably like since I was maybe 11 years old,
Oh my god!
and I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed
I
that
bought the
show.
box set last year,
Same, I barely watched it.
and I sat down and I watched the whole thing. I was so happy. That show
It-
definitely holds up.
It's probably my favorite Nicktoon, honestly. I love that show a
Not
lot.
the Angry Beavers?
Second. Well, okay. If we're going for like third favorite, probably Invader Zim. But those three, are great.
Invader Zim comes back in a couple of days. Bring back the Angry fucking Beavers, you cowards. Give them,
I know.
Give them a special.
Bring back Rocket Power, you cowards.
I'm gonna buy
No, Rocket
you
Power
last
sucks.
week.
Wait,
You know what, Ted? You
and
suck.
fully animate that series finale of Beavers and put it on Netflix. I promise you people will watch it.
You know, as a kid, I always really liked Cat Dog. Like, it was one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
I hate
And then
that show.
I went back to it, and I was like, this isn't as good as I remember
It's
it
so
being.
mean-spirited. It's just...
It's a very mean show,
It's
yes.
just everyone
Yeah.
wants to just beat the fuck/kill of these two brothers who just want to try to get by. Just because they're like a genetic mutation. It's like, it's such a fucking mean-spirited show. But it's like, it's like, I can I don't have a problem with mean-spirited shows, but it's just like it's not it doesn't play into the humor of it being like a black comedy. It's just mean-spirited, and I just don't care for it.
I love the theme song though.
Oh, one of the fucking best, man! Name one other Nickelodeon theme song that got like referenced on Family Guy, where Peter's.
Wait, it got referenced.
Yeah,
on Family Guy?
there's an episode where Peter's drunk and he's singing the cat dog theme song.
Cat dog.
And then he makes a joke about like what happens if dog poops. Does it go out a cat's mouth or something?
And vice versa. Oh
Yeah.
God, that must be like some living hell.
I love there's an episode. I'm not sure if it's the same episode, but I cannot. This live always gave me problems trying to find all the goons. There's one episode where Peter's drunk and he goes, I know we always said we never stole from the Simpsons, but we did. We really did. But that was kind of a funny joke.
All right, we got another donation, $25 from Pyro Beetle, who says, "Good opinion time. Into the Spider-Verse is a bad movie." Whoa.
Fuck you!
This may be the first time this may be the first time we ever actually refund someone's donation because of their comment.
I'm very happy that somebody else had the bad opinion before me for once.
So
This
they
is
said-
like this is like a internet first.
Is that you saying that you don't care for Spider-Verse?
No, I love Spider-Verse. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that somebody else beat me to having a bad opinion.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I'm
Oh, you better
Oh,
love Spider-Verse.
So we have.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is like the best superhero movie.
Yes,
Bar
it
none.
is.
So there's.
Yeah.
They're for their
Oh
20.
my god. Aaron, I'm so sorry. That's awful. He says I dressed like Cat Dog for Halloween in first grade because they were out of Pikachu costumes.
But guys, TJ's still trying to raise donation.
So
Go
There.
ahead.
for that 25, they have 1 cent for Steven and the rest for Jupiter.
Why? Okay, no, I'll take Jupiter's second best sales guy. I'll take that.
And Steven Stills.
Canonly gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, also I love how Leonardo is winning by 1 cent.
Ah,
Wait, really?
Yep.
Somebody donate and fucking bring my boy Donnie up.
With me.
Yeah, but Michelangelo's the best character in that game.
TJ, what's our current total?
Eat feet, eat feet, eat feet. It's $2,986.
Holy shit, boys and girls!
Whoa.
I think we can easily get to 3K.
Yes.
What did we get day one of Platformania?
About the same. Well, like 3,000 or something. It might have been a little bit more than that.
I know it took us about 3 days to clear like 7.5. Took us about 3 days to clear first year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
Jupiter has taken the lead. Jupiter has taken the lead
No.
at 109.94, with Mercury at 108.05.
No, Mercury's the best. Donate for him.
Yeah, Mercury's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bitch. Magnets.
Do the different Sailor Moon,
amiibos.
Yeah,
do the different Sailor Moons even have like different powers or anything?
Yeah, no. Mercury has the power of water. Jupiter has the power of electricity. Mars has the power of fire. Moon has the power of throwing her tiara extremely slowly. And Venus, I forget what Venus's power is. Having blonde and big boobs. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't remember them ever using powers. I just remember them like twirling and becoming multicolored.
No, all of them have.
Always whirling.
That's great. All of them had like one attack. So Sailor Moon's was she'd throw the tiara. Sailor Mercury, she would like throw bubbles. Jupiter would have lightning come out of her tiara. Mars would have fire come out of her fingers. They all had like one attack. There's one episode where Tuxedo Mask is evil and Sailor Jupiter kind of confronts him, and like they kind of have a fist fight, but it's just him dodging all of her attacks, and I'm like, that's the first time you ever see a Sailor Scout try and punch someone, but they don't succeed, which is why Mercury's the best. Mercury would have knocked that punk ass on his face.
Fuck yeah.
It's also very fitting to me that the only person that the Sailor Scouts ever try to punch is Tuxedo Mask.
Yes. I still have that stupid fucking Funko Pop head in my room.
Oh, you still do?
I'm so happy, thank you. I knew you cared.
Where's that? I want that fucking triviality sketch you got drawn for me like years ago.
Oh, did I never give that? Oh yeah, because you weren't at what's that place called?
Too Many Games?
You weren't at Too Many Games 2 years ago, and I was not able to be at Too Many Games today. So
today
Today?
today
Too
is
many
I mean,
games.
That's
this year.
tomorrow.
Months away.
Yeah, I meant this year. Sorry, I'm dumb. Anyway, yeah. So eventually, I don't even know where it is though, so I'll have to look for it.
You lost a Tracy Yardley sketch?
Yeah.
There's only
Sad.
so many.
I don't even have one.
Rep.
Oh god.
Oh, we hit 3,000.
Yo.
We have $14 from Cora. Thank you so much. Oh shit. I am getting wasted. Let me help you to 3K. Hold up.
Caro,
Fuck. So-
Caro.
What? What?
He wants TJ to read it.
Oh, go ahead.
TJ's my donation.
I didn't know we had a designated reader.
He's been doing it for like 6 hours, girl.
I didn't notice. I've been in and out.
Okay, TJ.
Okay, we have $14 from Aura, who said, "Oh shit, I'm getting wasted. Let me help you to 3K. Hold up. Fuck. So much sip. Anyway, put 10 to Mercury because I need to put you in your places. And the rest to whatever turtle Gareth wants. I trust his opinions. Or I trust his opinions. I mean trust. Oh no, it's getting hard to type.
Put those $4 to Donatello.
Donatello.
Thank you for donating to Mercury.
Now Donatello is winning.
Damn it.
Should be.
Damn it.
A bomb
Somebody please snipe him.
this size could take out a whole city block. Better find the mercenaries
Uh,
and figure out how
What?
to cut
What?
it off.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
The bomb had slots.
What? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
If I can find them, I can probably disarm the bomb.
$118 for Mercury.
Yes. As it should be.
Ted, I'm so glad that 3 days ago you were like, hey, we should do a bid war for Sailor Moon. Because you've had so many people donate for fucking Sailor Moon.
Okay, so fun fact. Like Wednesday evening, Catherine's like, Ted, I need you to help me set up Sailor Moon because I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, Catherine, are you goddamn serious? This isn't that hard. And then Catherine couldn't get things to run because her computer like almost literally runs on Windows ME. And then I'm like, Catherine, why? And then I'm watching her play over Discord screen share, and I'm like, wait, there's multiple characters in this game? And she's like, I didn't know that. I haven't even loaded it up before now. And I'm like, Catherine, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
So
boy.
I'm like, let's make this a bid war, and so something useful will come out.
Does she know how long it's going to take her to play that game if she's never touched it before?
She,
Hey,
we were DMing earlier today, and she only just found out that she could only play 2 of the 4 levels if she played on easy mode. So she has to not play on easy mode.
We're being raided by Ellie and Sabrina, and they're all hashtagging pregnant.
Who's pregnant?
Is Sabrina
Thank
pregnant?
you, Elliot. Sabrina.
Pregante?
Pregnant.
Oh, he better pop the question in.
Bound by Games rated.
What question? What's the question?
Who's Pregante?
Who's Pagante?
Me.
Oh, Clement.
No, I'm not. Oh God.
No, didn't you say you're Pregante with a food baby?
Yes. Which is all digested now.
That's two.
So
That's
it's weird.
that's disturbing. Caro just admitted she was a cannibal, and none of you batted an eye. Okay.
That's disturbing.
Humans are good for nutrients.
Soylent
No, we're
Green.
not.
That always reminds me of that line from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, it doesn't.
Everything in this room is edible. Even I am edible, but that is called cannibalism and is usually frowned upon in most societies.
You
Or
lose.
more.
You stole fizzy lifting drinks. Good day.
Oh wait, you're talking about the new one. Oh god.
Yeah, the thing, it can be
That was
cannibalism.
in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, we got.
Wait, was
Wait,
was the
wait.
cannibalism in the first one or the
No,
remake one?
in the Tim Burton one, Willy Wonka
Oh.
had the fizzy lifting drinks.
Okay,
got
I am
donations.
not a fan of the new. Oh yeah, donations. I'll shut up.
We got a $10 donation from Digimon11. Hey guys.
Digimon.
Hey guys, since you guys were just talking about Nicktoons, what were your favorite Cartoon Network and Disney cartoons growing up? Money goes to Donatello so Gareth can be happy just
Hey.
this once. Yes.
Thank you.
Yo, TJ, Age of Ultron still sucks. No, it doesn't.
Nah,
No,
Age of
no,
Ultron's better than the first.
No, it fucking doesn't.
no.
Okay, you see,
No,
I'll
no,
defend it.
no,
Age of Ultron's
no,
okay, but
no.
it's not better than the first
Age of
Avengers.
Ultron's
No.
definitely better than the first Avengers.
Okay.
No.
Gareth,
Age
can
of
you
Ultron ha-
slap TJ for me?
Okay.
Okay, that's the thing. Age of Ultron has an actual plot, unlike Avengers.
It's actually filmed. It's
but-
directed so much. It looks like an actual movie.
You don't watch an Avengers movie for the plot, all right? Like, it's the most Marvel movies have the same exact plot. That's not why you watch it. You watch it for the characters and for the action scenes. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
and
yeah,
the
that's
Age of
what-
Ultron
yeah,
has
that's
better
what I was
action
about to say. Yeah, the
sequences
character
overall
interaction
than the
is much
first.
better in the first film than it is in Age of Ultron.
Ultron's also a better villain than Loki.
No.
nah,
Hold on, hold the phone.
Okay, now what? I'm holding it. Now what I do?
3 magical keys.
Ultron is like one of the few movies because every time you have like a team movie, the first one is all about setting the team up, and then the second movie splits that team apart and until like the very end. Age of Ultron is one of those few types of movies where the team stays the entire time. Like there's that small section at the farm that lasts like 20 minutes. But other than that, they're all together. So you actually get multiple action sequences of them bouncing off each other.
Serious.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just that my problem with Ultron, and this isn't a problem with Joss Whedon. Ultron is one of the few movies like Iron Man 2, and I guess where you really feel like Marvel interfering with what someone's trying to tell a story, and the MCU as a whole kind of affects that movie. With Ultron, it's like it's a shame that Thor is his plotline is so boring in Age of Ultron because they had to shoehorn in a way for them to talk about Infinity Stones, and it's just like.
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
Bruce
perfect.
Banner.
I'm not saying it's perfect.
Okay, I was speaking there, but that's fine. You can
Go.
go. No, okay, you go. It's fine. Just keep talking over me. That's fine.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
I'm just playing the game and drinking. Stefan, you talking over Age of Ultron? Say it's a good movie.
Finish what you were saying. I'll add on.
Can I finish, please? Can I finish? Okay, I finished.
Okay.
The Black Widow Hulk thing. It's just like it's the fact. Clearly nobody wanted to do it except for Joss Whedon, and it's a shame because it kind of. It's annoying because they never follow up with that. It's a big
Okay,
dangling plot thread.
I will put an asterisk on that retroactively it made one of the best goddamn jokes in Thor Ragnarok though.
Yes.
But in terms of Ultron, yeah, it's unnecessary and bad.
Well, I mean, like, you could have had Black Widow be the one to calm him down without them being romantically involved.
Shocker store. I can get this one.
I think the only reason I don't mind it as much, I don't think it's like really great, but I don't mind it as much because I'm used to comics all the time just kind of throwing two random characters out of their ass and just putting them together, even though it wouldn't make really sense. But then seeing like sometimes you'll get something like weird, but it works. So sometimes you just get, oh, they're just a pairing just for the sake of it. And this was one where it's just kind of like, it's so weird, and I'm like, okay, it's like it's not, it didn't ruin the film for me.
Stefan, did you
Dude,
ever
that's a
read,
very low bar, though.
Did you ever read that last volume of Avengers that Bendis did?
That was the one around the Avengers vs X-Men period, right?
It was the one where Walt Simonson came back and he did art on some of those issues.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that is the end of
they
Avengers.
had Hawkeye and Spider-Woman hook up.
And Spider-Woman together,
and
yeah.
they literally like they stood in the background and just made out half the time.
That was such a weird thing where they just like halfway through that second half of his Avengers run, he just paired them up together and they were just kind of exist like the only. And it was kind of it was brought up a little bit in the Matt Fraction Hawkeye series, but didn't really amount to anything.
It was just so strange because like Walt Simonson always drew her like she was like fresh out the 80s. And then for some reason just drew them in the background making out when they were like having meetings.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so weird because Bendis literally wrote a story during the Avengers arc that was basically making fun of those kind of stories, where it was like a short 5-page story where Spider-Woman and Iron Fist decide to just get together. They just decide to pair up, and you see them all kind of like spending a week together. Then it gets to a point where they just kind of are like bored and fed up with each other, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe this isn't a good idea. And then they start making out and having like breakup sex. And so it's like they're really making fun of like how ridiculous these pairings are, and then he just keeps doing it.
All right, so we gotta give Deji what our favorite Cartoon Network and Disney cartoons were. So let's do cartoon. Well, actually,
let's just go one at a time and pick both. So Deji, you go first.
I would say for Cartoon Network it was probably Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
same here.
Disney, I would say maybe Pepper Ann.
Ooh, okay. For me, Cartoon Network, I would probably go Dexter's Lab, and for Disney, Recess.
Good call. Good call.
Ted, you go next.
So, by the time I was old enough to be watching those kinds of cartoons, I'm pretty sure that most of the Disney cartoons stopped airing, and Disney Channel was more like Lizzie McGuire kind of stuff. So the only one that I remember Disney-wise is Recess, because they still played that a decent amount. In terms of Cartoon Network, I'd say it's probably Ed, Edd n Eddy, although I do also have a soft spot for Dexter's Lab as well. Oh, and Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo is also there.
Yes.
Man, I'm pretty.
I gotta see if so there used to be a YouTube channel that just played episodes of Ed, Edd n Eddy.
What, live?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That sounds very illegal.
Yes, completely.
But they didn't release the DVDs, so...
Well, actually, I want to say they just re-released season 1 on DVD.
For Ed, Edd n Eddy? Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
Caro, what are your favorite Disney/Cartoon Network
Yep, there it is.
cartoons?
Growing up, they said.
Oh, is Caro taking a nap?
Well then, Hero, you go.
Okay, for Disney, it was basically Recess. For Cartoon Network, it was Ed, Edd n Eddy Kid Next Door. And
Kid Next Door is very good.
I love Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
And I do have a tiny soft spot for Ben 10, which
They used to be good.
Wasn't never really the biggest Ben 10 fan. I don't know.
I was
First season good.
just too old for Ben 10 by the time it launched.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah, I think that was the thing for me too. But I will say it has a great theme song. I love the theme song for it.
oh yeah, it does.
I remember getting unreasonably upset when they changed what aliens he could do, and I'm like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He always had these aliens. Why doesn't he have them? And then I got angry, and I left the Ben 10 fan.
Because toys.
I left the
Ben 10 fandom.
The Ben 10 fandom. Wow.
But, the Watch is supposed to have, a billion different aliens he can summon, right? Why can't he use the old ones anymore? What the hell? Where's my continuity, Cartoon Network? Jesus Christ.
It's just like Metroid.
It's just...
Yeah, but at least in Metroid, they give you a terrible excuse like, oh, she hit a wall, even though Samus can literally jump into lava and be fine, but oh.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened to Ben 10, and it just gave him terrible excuses to lock out those aliens.
So they have him fly back first into a wall, and then that's literally the reason? Okay. Cool.
That most likely happened at some point. I don't know which one, but it's probably happened at some point.
Alright, we got a $25 donation from Chris Bundy.
Hey, buddy, Chris.
He says, hey guys, sorry I can't watch. But TJ has to read JoJo, or I won't be his friend anymore. Well, it's been nice knowing you. Also, text me when you get this so I know. P.S. Love you lots, and this is a great thing you guys are doing. Thank you, Chris.
TJ, you need to read JoJo. Do it.
I'm not reading JoJo.
Why?
Hey, TJ, now you know how I feel.
Wait,
no,
JoJo?
but One Piece is actually good.
Oh, it's
JoJo's
One
not.
Piece.
No, JoJo's great. I've been
JoJo is
watching
not
the
good.
anime. I'm near the end of the second part.
JoJo is
I'm
at least
hooked.
JoJo is at least easier to get into because it's split into parts.
Alright, I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay,
I
okay,
think
okay. You know what? I don't like either JoJo or One Piece, but I will.
Check it out.
I will. Since TJ's clearly outgunned here, I'll side with him for this one. It's just the same thing as arcs, only they're less obviously labeled. Though it's just like, okay, you can show someone what it's called arc.
There we go.
Oh
He said he didn't like One Piece, so he had to go.
mute him? Did you kick him or mute him?
I moved him to another channel.
One Piece is bad.
You guys are assholes.
You said you didn't like One Piece, so you had to go.
TJ, I was defending
He was
you.
defending you, dummy.
I was the okay. You know what? Never mind. TJ, you suck. One Piece is trash.
no! It's only what the Ben 10 fan base deserves.
Wait a minute. Okay, Ted, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
No, you booted me, and I.
Oh no! I'm getting Nintendo Song flashbacks over here.
See, this is why nobody wants to read a 900 chapter book.
True that. True that.
One day, 50 years. One day, 200 years in the future, English teachers are going to give their students One Piece, and they're gonna groan the same way that modern day kids groan when they have to read Moby Dick.
Oh god.
He said
Moby Dick
dick.
you can actually
I
read
dread that day.
in like
Have you
a short
actually?
amount of time.
No. Have you actually tried to read Moby Dick? Because I have. I had to read Moby Dick, and trying to read one chapter is like trying to slog through molasses on something really slow. That's bad.
We had to read Brave New World, and I still
Oh,
don't
I
know-
like Brave New World's actually good. Okay.
I still don't know what that's about. It's like about
About-
eggs and cloning, I think.
It's basically a dystopia novel where people are okay with living in the dystopia because it's just easier than trying to do things the ethical way. Is basically the point. So it's depressing, but it's actually thought provoking and stuff. So
Basically.
I liked it.
Actually, I liked reading the Shakespeare stuff. I actually like Shakespeare.
But,
Yeah, I had to read
Shakespeare's
Shakespeare a
like-
lot when I was in middle school, and I got so bored of it.
Alright, we got another donation, guys.
Cool.
We got $15 from Mr. King Jacob 9002, who said, please put this money to make Gareth suffer. By this, I mean put this to Leonardo.
no!
And Leonardo's winning again. $65,
No.
$63.99 for Donatello.
Great. The door's shut. There has to be a switch somewhere.
What?
You already got the sacred teeth.
What's our current total?
3,000.
I want the moon toy!
The total right now is 3,050.
Hey, I'm very happy with that so far.
Yeah,
A
same.
lot of moolah.
That's awesome. Really good for the first
Yeah,
one.
and oh yeah, somebody mentioned Lord of the Flies. We had to read that as well. We didn't read Mice and Men.
We read it by
Shakespeare. I'll admit, when I first started reading Shakespeare, I wasn't by I think it was boring. It was more so just that the way it was taught was just kind of very slow. But when I actually when I finally got used to the language and stuff like that, and I was able to enjoy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shakespeare's fine. You just have to work to read it. Is the
Yeah.
Watching and then watching Hamlet on a stage play was really fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
That play is surprisingly hilarious.
The play's out of control.
Yeah, like I said, Shakespeare was the only thing they talked about in my primary school, which in your case is elementary school. But they talked about it so much in primary school that I kind of got overdosed by it and it got quickly bored by it. I want to go back to it though and see if it holds up to the.
Just watch Romeo and Juliet, something.
No,
Oh,
no, 'cause you,
that seems like a good read.
somebody comparing that.
Gareth, does Romeo and Juliet reference the Communist Manifesto or bring up Karl Marx?
Yes.
Oh, my SHW brain is growing.
Instead of Moby Dick for One Piece, it's War and Peace for One Piece.
War and Peace.
War and One Piece.
Stupid.
Yes, Ian Bowenchat summarized The Great Gatsby in a nutshell. Yes, it is about the American dream being bullshit and New Yorkers are assholes. Damn. I love that book, by the way.
Man wants woman.
I saw the movie.
Which one?
You saw the movie.
The new one? The
Yeah.
one that came out like the 2013 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was cool.
To Kill a Mockingbird, that's also a classic.
I love To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a good one. I don't see much love for 1980. I love 1980.
What'd you think of Animal Farm?
Animal,
like Animal
Farm? I liked it.
I like it when they send the donkey to the glue factory because I think it's gonna really enjoy the tour.
They literally do that at one point. I think
I know.
at one point, like, I thought you were being
No.
facetious.
Actually, again,
Oh, okay.
I haven't read the book, but there was a British animated version of it in the 60s. That's pretty well regarded.
Oh, right. I think
Although they did change the ending to make it happy, which some people are like.
That defeats the whole purpose of the
Yes,
book.
they kind of
No.
changed the ending where the animals kind of overthrow, like the prickish ones, and like kind of take back the farm. And it's kind of like, no question mark.
Isn't that like that like was it the new remake they did of Watership Down?
I didn't watch that. Was that the CG show?
Yeah, that CG thing. I haven't seen it, but I've heard like a lot of mixed things about it.
That original movie is so fucked up. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
I-
a $10
that's new.
donation from Rocks, who said, if you could have one anime in Smash, who would it be? Also, please don't say Goku.
Wait, one anime in Smash? Sam.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's my pick.
Oh God. What if all anime is bad?
It is all bad.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what? I would like the guy from JoJo to be in Smash Brothers.
No.
Damn it!
I would. Wait, which one?
Okay. Explain to me why
Whatever is
JoJo's
the biggest
good.
JoJo reference.
What?
Explain
Whatever
to
is the
me.
biggest JoJo reference.
Wait, TJ, what'd you say?
Explain to me why JoJo is good.
Was that a fucking JoJo
I
reference?
can't.
Exactly. You can't. It's
Explain
not
why One
good.
Piece is good.
Yeah.
It's pirates, and Nami has big boobies,
Hey, there we go. Gareth knows.
and the One Piece rap. What are you, stupid?
It's not about
Dreaming.
it's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
What
Friends
is
who made
the
it
One
all.
Piece?
It's Luffy's dick.
It's the cure for his stretchy arms.
His dick.
But doesn't Luffy like having stretchy arms?
He does like having stretchy arms.
But he can't swim.
So
Why can't he swim though? Is the thing.
that's what happens when you eat a devil fruit.
Yeah, but like, what about having stretchy arms makes him unable to swim?
It's anybody who eats a devil fruit can't swim.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for some of them it makes sense, because there was, like, the guy who could split into different pieces, so if he goes in the water, he, like, drifts apart and stuff. Like, I got that. But like, what about having stretchy arms make you
It's
not able to
if
swim?
you eat a devil fruit when you enter
Yeah,
water.
but why? Why, TJ?
Because you touch yourself at night.
That plane's out of control. Maybe I can use my
Did you move it again?
Blocked and muted, just to be sure.
I get way too much pleasure out of that.
Oh my god, this mission is pissing me off.
Jesus fuck, just save the plane.
You can't eat the devil fruit because it makes you think like a stone.
What are you fucking stupid? Save the plane! Oh, you fucking idiot!
Do I have to draw you a fucking diagram? Save the fucking plane.
I don't think y'all are drunk enough yet.
Well, no, I got that. No, I'm not barely drunk at all. I need to get drunk.
I'm gonna make one more drink.
Did you beat the plane yet?
No.
Did you?
Yeah, guys, look, the plane's obviously the boss fight. Look, it's got that health
It's got a
bar
health
there.
bar, yeah.
So you gotta go beat up the plane, and then you'll win.
What's annoying about this is the like AI for where your webbing goes is not very good.
I saw that you were just trying to aim at that barrel, and it went for the switch instead,
Yeah.
and you were like, "What the hell?"
You were literally in front of the barrel.
This is what happens when you try to make a game about Electro.
Electro sucks.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's dead.
Wait, when did they kill Electro?
Fairly recently, and he got replaced with a girl, Electro.
Do you
He'll
remember that?
come back.
Do you guys
How
remember?
how long did it take for people to start screaming about SJWs?
Do you guys
Minute
remember?
one, like
Minute
every
one?
single
Cool.
thing. Although she got because she isn't like big and important. She got less of attention, but it's the same as always.
Well, see,
Okay.
no, my thing is, I do think it's like, and I don't have a problem with, my thing is, I would prefer them to make a new character rather than just let's put a pre-existing character in the mantle of this pre-existing character. You know?
I think it would be more okay if these were characters that were, or heroes, I should say, that were more like that switched names more often. I guess if that makes sense. Like if they made a girl Green Lantern, for example, because there's a new Green Lantern every 5 minutes. I think people. I mean, there would still be assholes, but I feel like people would be a little bit more okay with it than like Girl Thor. I haven't read Girl Thor. I don't know the quality of the book, but Thor has always been Thor, so I guess that might have been where a little bit of the apprehension came from. Is just like I felt like they made Girl Thor quotation mark for no reason.
There have been other Thors before her.
There have been? Okay. Well,
There
then
was
I'm just
Beta
talking
Ray
out my
Bill. There was a guy named Eric Masterson. There was Throg. Throg existed.
Well, that was just normal Thor turned into a frog, though.
No,
wasn't
there was a separate character, just Throg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like most of the time it's been, and at least in that case, it's like Jane Foster is a character who's always been like that was Thor's love interest. So it like, oh, she becomes Thor. It's like it's not like if they created a new character, then it's slightly more understandable, but still not rage worthy.
I might just quit this level because there is a level select.
So if I could pick one anime to be in Smash,
Legend of the Overfiend.
I would put Frankie.
Maybe I can use my webbing to stop it.
Go.
The plane is gonna blow if I don't clear a path for it.
Legend of the Overfiend.
Yeah, I heard you.
How about you,
What,
Ted? Who would you put in there?
Oh, God. There are very few... I don't really like watching anime very much. I like reading manga. I guess... Who's its face from Little Witch Academia, I guess?
Akko.
Akko, yeah, that was it. She's good.
Akko would be great in Smash.
Put Hal from Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
Chihiro.
Was that was Hal the one that was voiced by Christian Bale?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's the wizard turned into like a giant bird thing?
He sounded like it was the first time he ever read that script when he was recording for that movie.
Most of the
What,
most of
the
those
dub?
dubs,
yeah, for the dub, yeah.
Oh yeah, the voice acting's awful in that.
Well, it's like, yeah, because it's like they have Billy Crystal as Calcifer, and he just sounds bored. It's like, how do you get bored Billy Crystal?
You don't let him wear blackface.
What?
What?
You never heard about that?
No.
Yeah, Billy Crystal did blackface at the.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
For what?
How
Why?
long ago?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
How long ago?
Everything okay?
I think it was like 20 years ago.
I'm skipping this level.
That feel when Gareth is so bad at video games, he can't win with cheat codes.
I know, right?
Oh, the
you
shame.
suck.
If I had to pick an Animu, I would pick Laid Back Camp. That's what I want in Smash.
There we go. Oh crap! I selected the fucking level I just go.
Oh, well.
Bum, bum,
On the
ba-da.
days of plane.
We
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
What does the kids mode do in this game?
It's like
Yeah.
it makes it really easy, and it puts like silly things in the background and stuff like that.
It puts silly things in the background.
Yeah, it's weird.
Somebody off screen, who I can't see, nor will I ever see, has fallen in a puddle of butterscotch.
Helicopter. Theodore, look, it's a helicopter.
Get reach chopper back up.
The signal from my Spidey tracer's
I'm
getting
battle
weak.
damage
Hold
Spider-Man.
on. Gareth got mad earlier when I said this, so now I have to expose the rest of you to it. SWAT cats was a thing.
Why did you fucking remind me of that for?
SWAT cats.
Ugh.
What is SWAT cats?
Oh, Ted, no.
Yes.
Stay where you are. Don't go down that road.
Yeah, why don't you Google search it? Why don't you Google search
Oh
it?
god, okay. I know this is a bad idea. But, oh, is it SWAT cats with a K?
Yes.
Oh god. It doesn't look... It looks like a generic, like, Disney cartoon.
Oh, it's bad.
You know who made that show? You know who fucking made that show? Jim
Who?
Lee.
Ooh.
Oh, that's that show. Oh,
Yes,
God.
Jim Lee created that show. Ah, crap.
Is...
That's
Wait,
that's also '90s Jim Lee, which is
What else did Jim Lee do? That name sounds familiar.
He's a
but-
big DC Comics guy. He basically
Oh,
he's
okay.
like the current co-creative officer at DC. He's like done art for like so much of their work.
Gotcha.
When is the SWAT Cats nostalgia revival gonna happen?
probably soon. Probably DC are gonna make it. SWAT Cats are gonna be part of the DC universe now.
Are SWAT cats gonna be the ones to take down the Five Nights at Freddy's banana splits?
We should watch that, TJ, so she can cry about it.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana,
4. Give me your soul.
It's the banana splits.
They still sound
really
sound like that as they rip out your heart.
give me that heart.
Now that just sounds like Tigger.
Yeah, because one of them was Tigger.
But I thought you were talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, so apparently there's a banana splits movie where
There's
the,
a
Oh.
the
horror movie
banana
coming out.
splits are essentially the Five Nights at Freddy's characters.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh, Gareth, it's Wildcats, not SWAT Cats that Jim Lee did.
Oh, what was Wildcats?
Wildcats was like an image book that he did like back in the 90s. And then
I
SWAT
wanna
Cats.
I want to say some like big comic book guy was involved with SWAT Cats though.
Yeah, so you're talking about, you're talking about the Hanna-Barbera series, right?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah,
Rob
I'm
Liefeld.
Oh, okay. I
Fucking
looked
way.
up Wildcats Image Comics, and this is the most Image Comics thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my entire life. Like the
I
front
need to see
cover
this.
has like about 50,000 different energy beams going everywhere, so you can't see what's going on. There's a not Deadpool, but with like a blonde mullet, front and center, with like 50,000 bullets everywhere. We've got two ladies with big boobies, one of whom's legs should be detached from her hips because, of course, you need to be able to show the butt and the boobs at the same time.
Fucking
But of
And
course.
yeah, it's awful. Covert action
Yep,
teams.
I'm looking at this right now.
Oh my God! They couldn't even do an acronym right because it's Wild CATS, and it stands for Covert Action Teams. So it's
That's so lazy.
yeah, but it's just like they couldn't think of a word for S. But oh my God, I hate 90s.
Yeah,
image.
it's 90 Jim Lee wasn't that, especially image. It's funny that Jim Lee got like better and like completely like excellent once he like went back to a big two like studio company. But when he's left with more like own creative freedom back at Image, it's too ridiculous.
So it's really funny how that worked out because I understand exactly why Image Comics was founded because I think it was Marvel at the time, right? Was just
Yeah.
terrible, and so they absolutely had every right to make their own company. But at the same time, it was so bad.
I'm sorry. Somebody. It's either Twix or Hero. You're like getting a lot of echo in. Or Stefan. It's one of you guys because I can just hear Ted echoing in my ear. So somebody please sort that out. It's very distracting.
I fixed it, so it
think it's
doesn't
Ted
look like
itself.
there's any. Is it mine?
It looks like it's gone now because I'm saying stuff and I'm not hearing myself again. So yay, we fixed it.
We found the
Oh my God! Okay, who drew Stefan? Who drew this?
Oh boy.
Why is Bone? Bone?
Jim Lee drew this.
Okay, yeah, but Bone's a good comic.
I
And
know.
why
Well,
is-
'cause remember, Bone was like all the Image people loved Bone, so you got Jim Lee drew this drawing,
Yeah.
and then also Frank Miller drew a cover for Bone.
Ugh,
Yeah,
Frank
because
Miller.
Bone's a good comic. It's like my favorite comic, Western or
It
Eastern.
is, yeah. Bone is my absolute favorite comic.
What's so good about it?
Bone. The best way to describe it would be Lord of.
God damn it!
Oh,
How dare you? He's explaining the best comic ever made.
no, but TJ, like, legitimately, I think you'd really like it.
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to get you to say something so that I could do that. Okay, but no, sell it to me.
You're just gonna kick me again.
No, it's fine.
No, good. I want to
No
hear
kicking.
it. I want to hear it. What is it?
So it basically starts off with like these essentially like 20s 30s Disney-ish type characters. They get kicked out of their hometown and then they wander into like a somewhat Lord of the Rings-esque fantasy world and hijinks ensue. The only thing I have against the comic is that around like the third volume there's like a really sharp shift in tone where things get really dark, and then after that the rest of the comic's relatively dark, but it's still really good and I recommend it to everyone. It's one of my all-time favorite books.
I see it in Pack Rat all the time. First time I interviewed Ian Flynn, he cited that as his favorite comic book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty long series. Like you can get the omnibus for like $40 at pretty much any bookstore, and it's like and it's basically like all 9 or 10 volumes all in one book, and it's a brick. It's a huge book.
It's a 9-volume series that's like 55 issues.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it's in America. Yeah, I don't think it was in America, but over here in Canada, they released it in like a big hardcover color version. And
Oh
that
yeah, the hardcover
so
version's
good.
like $120 or something like that.
I think I got like
Yeah.
each of them. I think they were each individual sets were like $20 each over here.
Yeah, you can get the color. It's weird. The color like one volume each versions are put in the kids section in bookstores, but the big black and white version is put in like the other with the other graphic novels, which is really weird.
So is
But
it?
it's
Can kids read it? Is it for kids?
yeah, kids can read it, but it's like it's the beginning is much more kid oriented, but it's like Harry Potter, I guess is the best way
Yes.
to
The
put
book,
it.
the book
Yeah.
is sold and marketed towards kids, but it's very much it's an all ages book. Like yeah, they can read it and enjoy. Like it gets dark at some points, but it never gets depressing. It never gets like super bad.
Does
I'd
Bone
say
have-
Harry Potter.
Does Bone
Harry
Yeah,
have
Harry
Potter's
sex?
the
Potter.
best tone comparison.
Does-
Nobody has sex, no.
Oh, then I don't want to read it.
No.
The main Bone has like he's like in love with like the main girl.
Wait, there's more than one bone?
Do they bone
Yeah, three of
afterwards?
Like the main one is basically just like a Mickey Mouse type. The one of them is literally
Oh!
just Donald, and the other one is literally just Goofy.
Oh,
So I appreciated that series much more after college classes actually made me read Moby Dick and other Herman Melville stuff
I
because
just
there's a
watched
lot.
Just watched Doug's first movie. So I know about him and
Yeah. Well, I know, but it's like the rat creature that they take as a pet is named Bartleby is named after a character from one of Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick's short stories. And one of the running jokes is that one of the bones loves Moby Dick the book, and every time he tries to explain why it's good, everybody just either laughs at him or falls asleep. So
Also,
So-
the art of the whole book is fantastic.
yeah.
Like Jeff Smith is like he's so good.
He did a Shazam run that I was actually
Yeah.
interested in reading because
I read it. It's really like imaginative and like especially visual wise, it's great.
okay, yeah, I'll need to check that out at some point.
Phony Bone, he's a cross between Daffy and Donald because he has the egotistical money grubbing side like Daffy, but he does have like Donald's kind of an angry Donald's personality.
Oh, so he has PTSD like Donald?
You know what? He gets into some shit at certain points because he's like an absolutely terrible person, but everybody always has to save him, and like he feels like legit guilt a lot in the story because like he is basically responsible for. I'm pretty sure like it's him. He almost gets people killed like at least 4 or 5 times.
And he's technically inadvertently responsible for everything that happens in the actual story too.
Yeah, in a way.
That's still my favorite. I think that's my favorite plot twist in any story.
Thanks for the spoiler.
You're a spoiler.
Good point, I am. Yeah, but that is canon that Donald Duck has PTSD from being in the Navy, and that's why he's so angry.
Why?
Seriously?
Yeah, because he
Really?
was in fucking. I mean, like this is something they acknowledge in like official Disney comic books like 50 years ago. It's not something they would ever officially mention. Donald Duck. I'm sure you probably come across this tweet or Facebook post every once in a while, but like Donald, because of propaganda he was involved with for World War II, Donald Duck has an official military. He was honorably discharged from the military because there's this post where like this teacher paid money to get a legit copy of Donald Duck's like military record.
What the? What?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah, you pay money. I'm not sure.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure where you would go to, or like what you would put that in. But yeah, you know, you can do that. And so I guess because that's why he's angry, because you know when he sleeps he's reminded of the war or something like that. It's pretty,
Donald, you see,
pretty fucking dark, really.
Donald Duck is probably from a time before we even had the term PTSD to describe what he was going through, though.
Yeah.
That
'Cause
also
He was also a
yeah.
Nazi.
It was a Nazi,
No, he wasn't a Nazi. It was a dream. He wakes
Well,
up and he's like, I'm so glad to be part of. I'm like, Donald Duck sucks, but he's
I'm
like,
glad to be an American.
Sephiroth.
I'm so glad to be an American with no nothing whatsoever. And then he
So-
looks at the KKK like,
yeah.
Oh.
So my dad actually has a surprisingly good Donald Duck impression.
Really?
Well, bring up a good thing.
Yeah.
We have
That's
Ted's dad.
weird.
Please come on out.
Get your dad. Get your dad here.
If somebody donates $50 in the next 10 minutes, I will go downstairs and have my dad
Oh
do
my God,
his
yes.
Donald
Oh my
Duck
God.
impression.
Oh my god, y'all.
It has to be $50 entirely towards getting my dad to do that.
Okay, so
you know what to do, chat?
y'all have until 11:10 Eastern for this to happen.
Yes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's not doing anything. He's just watching Star Trek downstairs.
Oh, nice. Which
Not
one? Original
Which
series?
Star
next gen?
The Next Generation. 'Cause
Hey,
it's on.
best one.
Yeah, I have not. The only I'm actually ashamed. The only Star Trek I've watched is the first Abrams movie,
Ugh.
which
That's a
is
good movie.
it's an okay movie, but it's not really what I imagined
It's-
Star Trek to be like. So
It's a fun movie. It's not a very good Star Trek movie.
yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got from it. So
What am I supposed to do something with
At
this
least
thing?
it's not Into Darkness.
Into Darkness
That's-
is legit fucking terrible.
I fucking love it.
You're an idiot, Theodore.
And you say I have bad taste.
No, Stefan, you just love everything, so your taste is like Kevin Smith. It just means nothing.
You cut out, so I don't know what you said, so it's wrong.
I said you're like Kevin Smith. You love everything, so shut up. You love everything. Steven hates everything. Mexi,
you
and
say,
Mexi
you say I'm
doesn't
like
care.
Kevin Smith 'cause I got a heart attack?
Yes, that's why I said yeah. You're gonna have a heart attack.
Don't say that. Don't put that evil on him, Ricky Bobby.
If everyone donates $50 in the next
Kevin
5
Smith
minutes,
is a legit good person.
yeah, but that doesn't make him a good filmmaker.
I mean, no, but I mean, it doesn't make him a terrible person.
The fuck are you talking about? You are like conflating 4 different things here. No one said he wasn't a good person. Literally, all that was said was he likes everything. That was the only thing that was said about Kevin Smith.
I just know you don't like him.
I've never said that.
Yeah.
I've never said I don't like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Gareth doesn't like him as a filmmaker, but he
Yeah.
likes him.
Yeah, but dude, fucking, I listen to his podcast all the time. Why would I listen to? Dude, I literally just bought the Chasing Amy Blu-ray 4 days ago. Why would I do that if I didn't like him?
What would you do that for?
Yeah, Stefan, why would I do that, Stefan? Why? Why?
I don't know what you buy.
Why not? You should know. You sleep in my house.
Also,
I
you
wish
give
I
Gareth
slept
his
in your
paychecks.
house.
What's that?
What?
What did you say?
Is it?
What? What is it? What? What is it? What is it? What?
He made 4.67 good movies.
Which
Wait.
4.67.
That's only specific.
Yeah, I want to hear
What was the
Stefan's
67th of a good movie?
Probably Mallrats.
No, that's a terrible movie.
I just rewatched it with commentary like a few nights ago.
Oh, the commentary is one of the best audio commentaries of all time. The movie is fucking terrible.
No, the movie's hilarious.
No, it's not.
It's funny.
Mallrats is so
I don't
funny.
think it's fun. I think it's so. I think it's so. Like it's no.
This is for Brody. They just beat up
It's just no. There is no Easter Bunny. That
Wait,
kid's
what?
that kid's on the escalator again.
I fucking just.
Wait,
I
Gareth.
hope, I hope he trips and falls down into it.
Hey, look,
Gareth,
a
what do you
scooter.
mean? There's no Easter Bunny?
Oh, it's a line from Mallrats where they.
Oh, it's just a line from the.
Oh
from
yeah,
the
oh, of
movie.
course,
Okay,
of course.
that's-
It's just a joking, but it's true.
Okay,
They
that's
fucking-
good.
Oh, look, a
Michael
scooter.
Rooker.
Also, the East Bunny isn't real.
You dumb bastard. It's not a scooter, it's a sailboat. I just love. Haha, you dumb bastard.
It's like a 4-year-old. Nah, the
No.
commentary. I think that commentary where they have like Affleck and Jason Lee is just fucking genius.
Chasing Amy's Jason Lee.
Jason. I allowed
Okay,
myself
hold-
to be called Buttman. Who's my agent?
Up there it is. $50. Aura. I both love and hate you, Ted. Go get your dad and talk like Donald.
Tell him to.
Tell him
Okay,
to
hold
say
on
Zeta
one
Flare.
moment while I go do that.
I'm so happy we got this.
Oh, you know, I'm an idiot. I know it goes about saying,
What?
but I just realized I was doing something dumb.
You're right, you are an idiot because you think Mallrats is a bad movie.
Most people think Mallrats is a bad movie.
I'm gonna look at Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, Mallrats got trashed when it first came out. Like,
Yeah,
reviews,
that
it
was
got
a whole
destroyed.
Yeah, that was the whole thing with,
Hey, look at
with
that.
Smith. Where
7.1
like,
out of 10 on IMDb.
Mallrats bombed so badly and everyone didn't like it, so it became like this joke.
55 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not even
That's
fresh.
better than I expected, at least.
It's not even fresh.
It's not even fresh.
It's not even fresh.
At least it's not Jersey Girl.
See, I would rather watch Jersey Girl than Mallrats.
Dude, don't talk shit about Jersey Girl.
I kind of like Red State. Red State's at least interesting.
I haven't watched that in
Dad.
years.
Dad, I need you to help me for charity.
Yes.
I need somebody donated $50 to hear your Donald Duck impression.
Oh my god.
We were talking about Donald Duck, and then I said
If
my
I know
dad
shush.
can do a good Donald Duck impression, and they were like, "We need to hear your dad's Donald
Yes.
Duck." Yeah, I need to move closer to you so people will hear you.
Oh my god.
Shh, everyone shut up.
They
your
requested
mic.
you said Zeta Flare. Zeta Flare. Thank you, Dad.
Oh my.
$50 well spent.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
That's really scary.
I know. He probably kills his throat.
Oh my god.
I had to get Dad to talk like Donald Duck for charity.
Yeah, my dad knows him.
It's amazing.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
At least we
Mallrats
can
is
agree
bad.
that Yoga Hosers is the worst thing that's
Oh
ever been.
my god. We were even being drunk didn't help you watching your. See, that's what makes me feel. That's what makes me wary about reboot because Tusk and Yoga Hosers are terrible movies.
I don't think Tusk is terrible.
Jeez, I think there are parts of Tusk that I like.
You just like when he's the walrus.
Dude, he's the worst, and when that was fucking sweet. But there's everything with Johnny Depp's character is horribly, just painfully bad.
Johnny Depp just is not a very good actor, all things considered.
It's him in like weird makeup doing a French Canadian accent.
Oh, so it's him doing a Johnny Depp role. Okay.
No, because I guess he's actually playing a character,
So he's not just playing Johnny Depp, doing Johnny Depp stuff. then?
No, it's somewhat original, but it's not good. I got a puzzle, but I'm half drunk. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay, so you guys said there was a movie called Yoga Hosers.
Oh,
Is that
no, Ted? No, Ted, no, please, don't, no.
What is
No,
this a
no,
movie
no,
about
no, no,
Canadian?
I'm curious.
Yoga Hosers is a Canadian term.
What does it mean? What it makes it?
It's like
Ted, I like you, Ted. I like you just enough to.
Can they even hear when you do that to me?
no. All they do is
I was speaking and TJ was shaking his head. I thought he was having a fit or something. I don't know what you're talking about. But
Yoga
Ted,
Hosers means like it's like troublemakers or something like
Ted,
that.
I like you just enough to not want to subject you to yoga hoses. So no, don't look out. Me, TJ, and our friend Jonathan watched it. It was on Netflix. We got legit drunk and watched it. And to begin with, we were like making fun of it. But towards the end, we're just sitting in silence, getting drunker and angrier at the fact that we're watching this movie.
It's one of those
It's
movies
so
where...
fucking
Wait.
bad,
I had to
dude.
step out for a bit. Which movie is this?
Yoga hoses.
Oh, I need to see this movie.
Don't.
The problem is that it's so cheap and it looks so
It
cheap.
looks so fun. There are legit like YouTube channels that have better production value and special effects than Yoga
Okay.
Hoses.
So, are we talking Channel Awesome movie level, or
Yeah,
Not-
kind. Yep.
Oh
slightly,
no.
slightly better than that, but not by much.
Now keep your eyes peeled. Area secure.
Like that's why I think Tusk is better in the sense of like it looks like a movie. Like Tusk looks like, at least it looks like a movie and has good production value.
I'll give it that, but I think a lot of the cinematography is just like medium two shots, and it just
Yeah,
when-
Tusk. Yeah.
like I like the scene where he goes to the house and there's that long conversation. I thought that was kind of gripping, but then it's just like when Haley Joel Osment and the girlfriend are like meeting with Johnny Depp at that like airport McDonald's. That is filmed so badly, it is embarrassing. Like I felt bad for Kevin Smith, how like shoddily that was, like it was so badly staged. It looked like a first time kid, like a first time 12-year-old was making a movie. Did somebody in the chat please fucking help me out with this? I know I'm supposed to do. I know it's a puzzle. I gotta get lines, but I keep forgetting what is what, and I'm getting tired of this. So there's 3 there. So I need to make a.
Somebody clipped Ted's dad's impression.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a mental note of all of these. 1 second. Let me do a thing.
Do the thing.
So this one has 1, 2, and 4. This one has 1, 2, and 3. You guys talk. Oh, I gotta. You know what? I have to mute our mic for a second. I gotta ask TJ something that's not stream relevant or acceptable. I'm gonna mute our mic. We're back in a few seconds. Ted, you tell people about more of your family members who do Disney impressions.
Oh God, that's the only one. Oh God.
What impressions can you do?
The only one that I think is passable is Toad, and doing that like literally murders my voice, and also is not Disney. Oh God. I guess no. I was gonna try to do Winnie the Pooh, but I'd have to like practice for that. And oh wait, I could kind of do at one point. I could do a decent Mickey Mouse, but again,
I guess y'all are stuck with me. Please.
Somebody heavy.
why are you saying the word "uwu" out loud?
Oh, that's how.
Get her out of the call! Get her out of the call! Get her out of the fucking call!
That's how the weeaboos talk, right?
Oh whoa! What's this?
Oh whoa! Oh whoa!
Ted, somebody asked, what's your favorite volume from Bone?
Wait, please, let us ignore this sin.
I really like the first one because the first one has, I think, the best jokes. Oh God, you see, I've never read them as volumes. I've only ever like binge read the whole thing, so I don't really think of them as like volumes 1, 2, 9. I just think of it as like one big book, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm used to it as like in thirds, so it's like the first act, second act, and third act.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Because that's how the hardcover color trades are split up, where they have like the 3 volumes in each.
Okay.
It's like the first one's just kind of more of like the lighthearted episodic feel to it, and the second one's more about like the building of the pieces, and the third one is like all the climax. I think if I had to pick one, maybe volume 6, maybe, because I think that has the good balance of like big story stuff and good comedy bits.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like right before the ending, I really like.
Yeah, because I think there's like, say, like I think 4 is more heavy on story, like 5 is more heavy on jokes. Like they kind of do that where it's like for volume 1 is like more story, like you got story. Volume 2 is more joke focused, and then 3 is like a mix between the two. And then that's how like the 7 is more 7 is more story focused, 8 is like joke focused, and then 9 is the balance between the two.
Stop.
I
You're
don't
gonna
really
make me buy
remember.
Bone.
What was 8? What part was 8?
That
'Cause
was
I
the
don't-
one where they're in the town. That's the treasure hunters, where they're in the town and it's just kind of waiting until the
Oh
big.
yeah, I remember that. That did have a good amount of jugs to it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
like 5 is the one where they're with Rockjaw and they're just kind of like wandering through that like eastern border.
Yeah, but even then though, that's still not as joke heavy as like the first 3-ish volumes.
It's more light. I think it's say it's more. It's not exactly filler, but it's more lighthearted. It's like not
It's
much.
a break from the main story.
Cause
Yeah.
it's a filler,
Yeah.
filler night. You don't
I
have
still
to
can't
worry.
believe we didn't do Michael Jackson for a licensed.
Oh,
wait,
Moonwalker?
we did it
Yeah.
That was
we did
probably a
it
good
in
thing.
How about
FTCR
we
year
not?
1, right?
What's that?
We did Michael Jackson in Fund the Charity Room year 1, didn't we?
I don't
No.
know, but we
No.
did the brain scratch up here of it
So then why didn't we do Moonwalker?
because it's not a very it's kind of a boring game. I don't know because no one wanted to play it. That's why.
Yeah, nobody picked it. I think you didn't you put it. I think you put a Michael Jackson game on one of your maybes, and you just didn't put it down.
I don't think so. I can't. I've never played any of them.
I can
If
go
I-
to the list. I don't
If
know
I
about
had
the
if I
board.
had a way to play it legitimately, a game that I would have loved to do because it's so stupid is Aerosmith Revolution X, where
The fuck console was that on?
I think that it was an arcade game. I believe there's a SNES port with the Super Scope, and you play as Aerosmith, who the government has outlawed rock and roll, and so you shoot people with CDs in order to
Holy
bring
shit.
rock and roll back into the world.
Dude, I want to say at a local barcade they have that. Like
Yeah,
an arcade
there was
copy of there.
There's definitely an arcade version. I'm like 70% sure there was an SNES port
Hey
that
Ted,
used the Super Scope.
when the fuck are
TJ?
you coming to Columbus so we can hang out?
That would be fun.
Edison said when you
Where?
discovered
How?
electricity-
How far into Ohio is Columbus?
Yes.
It's down towards the bottom of
and
it.
it's like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my dad's family lives right on the border of
I bet
Pennsylvania
all these
and
are
Ohio.
3 hours.
So, yeah. So I could very feasibly
Wonder if
go
your
do
head
that
is good
while
medical and
the rest of my family is doing stuff in the middle of buttfuck nowhere,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
because
We could go do it
they
first.
my dad's family's literally in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and I hate it.
Oh, I still want to go to Ohio in general because I've been meaning to do that for years.
I'm already at full health.
You aren't invited.
Okay, then I'm just gonna leave then. So,
Yes, that's what our has left.
oh,
Uh,
I'm back.
Damn
You
it.
see, you know those 90s Full House style sitcoms where there's always this random neighbor who always just walks into the house and there's these cracks about you weren't invited or we're gonna call the cops one day or whatever. Do you think somebody's like actually done that where they just keep on walking into the house uninvited and then
TJ's done that. He one time legit made my son cry because he entered the house unannounced and then saw TJ and just burst into tears.
No, that was Jonathan.
Oh, that's
Hello,
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Merkel here.
So
you?
when TJ opens the door to your house, does the audience like
Yeah,
applaud?
the studio audience kicks in.
Because I was watching your son.
FTCR is filming in front of a live studio audience.
I was watching your son, and then you and I were standing there talking, and then all of a sudden the door just opened and Jonathan walked in, and
There was applause.
Ben was just like, "Ah."
There was big studio
And then-
applause.
and then he got upset because you were like, "Look what you did to my son," and he was like, "Did I really do that?"
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
When you think about it, Jonathan kind of is White Urkel. That would mean nothing to you guys, but TJ's head is exploding right now.
Okay.
Jonathan is white, Urkel.
I should text him that. You're White Urkel.
We're texting the group.
So we
Have you
just
ever thought about how Urkel's like really creepy
Guards here for the
when you
night
look at
shift.
the context of Family Matters?
It's kind of fucked up.
isn't it a show
It's
where,
like-
like isn't it a show? I mean, didn't that start off as like a sitcom about that family, and then Urkel was like a guest character one time, and then the show just became about Urkel.
Yeah, basically, but he like borderline sexually harasses the girl who lives in the house.
The alien has a high squeaky voice.
Like
like
Urkel, and he
And he
comes
appears
every
at
Friday
Friday
night, like
Like
Urkel.
And he harasses her to the point where then she falls in love with him.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
Can we cancel Urkel?
Yes, because if you do that, then there
Carlton
won't be
is-
anybody to voice Sonic in the 90s, and then Sonic won't be popular, and then we'll all be saved.
I highly doubt that Sonic was made popular by Jaleel White.
Let's do that right now.
Technically,
Carlton, a
technically,
better black nerd anyway.
technically speaking, Martin Burke voiced him in '99. So your plan to insult the Sonic fan base has once again failed, Ted.
Who's Martin? Is that who is that?
The OVA actor.
Yeah, I assumed that, but like, who is he? What else has he done?
I don't think much. I think seriously, because that OVA was licensed by ADV Films, and I think they're now defunct. I think they licensed a few things.
Hey, Tim,
But-
he doesn't have to impress you.
But I don't. I think Skylar. I think our buddy Skylar is friends with him on Facebook. Like I don't know. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's still acting now. I think he stopped doing it. But yeah.
Do you remember that time that somebody tried to get Eddie Murphy to join the Skype call just by calling somebody with the name Eddie Murphy?
Was that Mia?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
It's just like one of those. Like, who gives a shit if you're friends with somebody on Facebook? I'm friends with Scott Snyder, but it doesn't mean that Scott Snyder knows who I am.
Who's Scott Snyder?
He wrote Batman.
Oh, that guy.
Scott Snyder's a cool dude.
I was friends with the AVGM, but then I unfriended him.
I blinded the AVGN.
Wait, how?
Ow! Hold on, I'll post the picture on Twitter.
Oh God.
You know
Oh,
what?
yoink.
I take it back. The AVGM is White Urkel.
No,
No.
Jonathan's White Urkel.
I'm already at full health.
Yeah, you're not gonna give us context for that, or
I said I'm posting on Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter. Okay, I was looking at
Oh.
the Discord. Okay.
All right, let's see.
Give me a few minutes. I'm trying to find the picture.
This better be worth it. Otherwise,
It is.
I'm suing.
It is.
All right, Weird Al.
Wait, when did Weird Al become Sue Happy?
Here's a song called "I'll Sue You."
What the?
Wait, when? What's it
Oh.
a parody of?
I don't know. I think it's one of his originals. He just talks about how he's gonna sue all these people for stuff they do, and one of it, you can tell it's in the '90s because at one point he goes, "I sued Ben Affleck. Ah, do I even need a reason?" Back when people would just shit on Ben Affleck for no good reason. Affleck was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
Applesauce, bitch.
I don't like the sound of that much, bro. What am I gonna do? That I will say that like Good Will Hunting 2 scene is one of the fucking funniest things I've ever seen. That is Kevin Smith doing his job.
Dude, I want to go home and watch Good Will Hunting now.
Jesus, Ben, I'm busy.
I have it on Blu-ray. You wanna watch it?
Kind of, but I want food.
I wanted to watch it, but then my library lost its copy, so I can't watch it anymore.
Hey, do you like apples?
Okay,
got
I
a
see the
number.
pic.
How do you like that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
After we're done here, do you want to get some more food and watch Good Will Hunting and keep drinking?
Kinda.
We should get after this is done. We should get shit faced and record Turkey Dazzle, just completely out of our brains drunk.
I don't think it's gonna happen. If I haven't gotten drunk yet, I've been drinking too slow.
You have just speed it up.
Well, I also ate pasta, so now I can't.
What
Come on,
kind
speed
of
it up.
pasta? Boy.
Oh, I don't know. The
Okay,
pasta
TJ, I've
kind.
got
The
a
Italian
solution.
kind.
I got a solution, alright? Just don't eat pasta.
No, but I'm hungry. I want food.
What do you want? What are you in the mood for?
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, man. And I have, because I have infinite weapon and I got an ice power up, I now have infinite ice weapon.
Alright.
It just looks like he's a laser.
Calico Plus said, "Oh no, TJ's sobriety is. Oh no, better speed up."
Can't believe no one noticed Nathan is in the chat.
Well, the co-host?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
co-host is in chat.
Co-host, get in fucking Discord, man! We haven't heard you in fucking...
Can we open up one more space for him because I think our call is full.
No, I think you, if you move some, I think you can move it and it will go to 7. It's fine.
Yeah, let's do that if you want to, Nathan.
Nathan, get in the chat, man!
Also, technically, he owns this. That he owns the Discord, so he can do whatever he wants.
He could shut us. Where the fuck do I go?
You don't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Alright, I'm looking up a long play.
Thank you. Ugh.
Too bad, Gareth. You missed out on getting tickets to Jay and Silent Bob Rebirth in Columbus.
I saw that. No, dude, those tickets are like a fucking because they do Q&A afterwards. They're like $250. I'm like, fuck that.
Damn.
It's like
$250. Wow.
Because maybe not that much, but no, you know what? Because in Columbus, the only thing that's left are VIP tickets, and they're $500. Like I don't need to see Kevin Smith that badly. I'm good. I'm gonna just go to the Fathom event. Probably maybe.
$100 dues.
There better be one over here because I haven't seen anything.
Just check, man.
No, I mean I've checked. I haven't seen anything say that they're showing anything in Canada yet.
Oh, great. More guards.
Hired goons.
Hired goons.
Is Nathan joining the call? I want to speak to Nathan.
Nah, he decided not to.
Sad face.
I mean, okay. I mean.
Oh.
So is this like a puzzle level, or do you only have to open specific doors, or do you just want to open all of them?
I'm gonna assume. Well, that one closed it. I assume we want all of these open. But that one closed by accident. I don't want to do that. Oh no, I'll get fuck out. I don't give a shit.
You gotta get to the other side of weapon.
Oh god, fuck out. Oh, get a fuck.
Gareth, go back into the plane level. Fucking got him.
Gareth, I need to ask you, what songs did you, what kind of songs did you put in for your pre-stream intro?
Let's see. The first was the Maximum Carnage intro. Then I think I had some, because you know what? Both times I played, I would check the chat, and people were like, "What is this? I don't know what this is." I don't remember the exact order, but I know that we had level 1 from TMNT NES. That one. We had Transylvania from DuckTales Remastered. We had level 0 from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. We had the Cyclonus boss battle music from the Transformers PS2 Armada game. We had, I want to say, level 2 from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which on the soundtrack that's called the Making Movies level, so that was on there. I had the Roman South Park from the South Park N64 game. New York from Futurama. Level 1 from New Ghostbusters 2. Level 1 from Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Okay, so also songs from songs from licensed games. Got it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Every song I use was from a licensed game to keep in with the hashtag. Oh, and the Adventure Time, Hey Ice King, Why'd You Sit on Garbage song.
Yeah,
That song?
I've just been figuring out.
Hey Ice King.
Oh yeah, that song made me upset. If you're garbage, let him have it. You guys are assholes.
Well,
Sorry.
Isn't that illegal? Just to go through garbage like that?
Daddy.
Yeah, but why do you care?
Did you
You threw it away.
Because they're gonna do weird shit with it. That's why. Oh,
Yeah,
this,
but you
this is the
didn't
hammerhead
want
boss.
it. All right, out of sight, out of mind. Leave the guy alone.
Responsible for that train robbery.
Daddy,
So important about those
why did
cases.
you eat my fry?
Mother.
Did you win?
No, dude. I honestly don't know how far into the game I am.
I think you're probably not even halfway through.
I know. Somebody look it up on a long play. Find what the fuck I
Can
am.
we finish it?
Oh, Sand, what the fuck is Sandman doing here? I don't know. I'm scared.
Enter Sandman.
Bring me a dream.
We're off to Never Neverland.
When at the TMG party, everyone just started throwing the shit down to that song. That was great.
Or another guy in the chat, Mr. Sandman.
Bring me a dream.
Halloween 2.
Everyone's saying you're about halfway.
Back to the Future.
Mr.
So
Sans. Da-da-da-da.
Can we not?
I love
Wait,
that.
what, the other
I love that everyone in Brain Scratch. That's like your phrase. Is can we not? You always say that when someone in the chat says something dumb you don't like. Like, can we not, please? Like, please, can we not?
Let's not and say
Can
we
we
did.
not? Can we not with our channel? Can we not?
Well, can Brain
There we
Scratch
go.
not is probably a good question that we should seriously consider. But then again, I don't know how else Ryan will pay his rent, so we should probably keep it up just for him. Also, how can you punch sand to death?
I
Like
don't
that's
know.
literally what you just did. Is you punched a sand wall until it broke, which is not how that works.
Garfield and Friends.
I don't. What? I don't know how this fucking boss fight is meant to work.
Somebody stop that chicken from writing all over my logo.
We gotta stop that chicken from running on my logo.
Whoever invented Monday should be taken out back and shot.
I love that was like his catchphrase. He said that so many times over the course of that fucking.
I just fucking love. I love that tweet because it's just like, what's Garfield's catchphrase?
Talk about
lasagna?
Mondays.
I'm running into a brick wall, but this is ridiculous.
Well, there's bank holiday Mondays, but that's only delaying the inevitable.
Mr. Sandman.
Bring me a dream.
Bum 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 bum.
Making the cutest that I've ever seen.
Ba-da-da-dun.
Fucking dick face. Oh my god, we were. I wish I couldn't even say we were drunk when we did that, TJ.
No, we were like high on life.
We were just high on yeah. We'd helped our buddy move, and then we went to our other buddy's house to record a podcast and left. Who that second friend wasn't even involved with. We just used his house to record, and we left. And then we went and we got wings at this place and in the parking lot. I don't know why, because it was like 10 at night, and all of us were just. We thought it was the funniest thing. So I don't. So when I don't. Somebody look up how I'm supposed to win this fight. Because
Apparently, you're supposed to keep up with the train, is what you have to do.
But according to the thing at the bottom, the train wasn't that far ahead of me.
Oh yeah. Also, TJ, we have a new donation.
But JJ, explain the thing. What?
Calco Plus made a daily bugle. Save the motherfucking plane, Spider-Man.
Oh god, that's a good fan up. The motherfucking place.
Alright, so we got.
Well, you know, I could draw it if somebody donates.
No, so yeah.
We got a $10 donation from Aura, who said, okay, leg tea, legit, final donation till next. Sorry, had some more sip. Okay, yeah, last donation till more money from killing myself being HVAC technician. Put this monet, Mercury, because I have lost all. So much sip. Oh yeah, Alta Mercury, have funsies.
Yeet.
Yeet.
So Twix,
Got him.
Twix, I've been meaning to ask you this, and I apologize if this is not something.
Yeah.
But like, are you living with Elliot and Sabrina? You guys have a little like streamer funhouse also on?
If you stream for Funhouse, you mean like they're fighting over the Elgato? Then yes.
Everywhere
who,
you look.
Well, who bought it?
It's like a sitcom. My life is a sitcom.
Who
now.
bought it? Who bought the Elgato? Whose is it? Who paid for it?
Oh yeah.
Because there's your answer. That's who fucking gets to use it. The one who fucking paid for it.
Everywhere you look, there's
Too many streamers. Too many streamers.
Too many
Too
streamers.
many streamers.
memers.
Too many streamers. Too many streamers. They say
Takes a
too
lot
many
to
streamers
make
will
a
spoil
meme.
the Elgato, but they fill our streams with so much love. Too
Takes
many
a lot
streamers.
to make a meme. A pinch of salt and gamer too.
Gamer P.
Too many memes.
Gamer backwater.
Mom said it's my turn to use the Elgato.
Gareth, how much do we have to donate to get Gareth Gamer bathwater?
How much
$50.
do y'all have to donate to like get gamer bathwater from Gareth? Like Gareth fades of water,
If
and
you
we
want-
just distribute the bathwater to everyone.
Okay, you know what? Everyone who donates $200, I will send you my bathwater. But it has to. But it has to be for. It has to be for the bathwater. You can't use it for anything else.
200.
$500.
Gareth bathwater. Guy Rat.
Oh, boy.
Oh god damn it, Sandman.
Bring me a dream.
Thomas Hayden Church, motherfucker.
So there was legitimately one moment of Hellboy. Okay, I take that back because there was a lot of chuckles that I had in Hellboy. There was one part that made me laugh, but I didn't like it because I didn't think Hellboy would do this. So they put.
Did he take a shit on a person's face?
They put.
And say, yummy!
They put Lobster Johnson in the movie. It's like a prominent.
Lyndon Johnson?
It's like a prominent figure in the Hellboy universe. And
Yeah.
so there's this part where he's like, it's the stinger at the end of the movie, and he's like drunk by his father's grave, and
Who Hellboy is?
yeah, and the ghost of Lobster Johnson basically shows up and tells him to grow up, and Hellboy watches him leave, and Lobster Johnson walks through him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And so he walks through and he watches him walk away, and Hellboy just goes, I love you, Lobster Johnson!
Well, I don't get that at all.
Just the fact that he screams it.
Who's Lobster Johnson?
I,
Is he a lobster called Johnson?
I'm kicking Gareth from the call.
It's not Johann Kraus, so I don't care.
Is Lobster Johnson an actual lobster?
No. He's like a Nazi killer.
That makes him severely less cool.
What?
Yeah, because he's not a lobster.
Oh.
Come on.
I thought.
What if it was a lobster
I
who
thought
was
Ted
also
was being
Nazi?
pro-Nazi there for a second. It's like he kills Nazis. Not for me.
That's dark.
Okay, okay. TJ. Does he kill the KKK though?
I don't know. I haven't read enough of his books.
Then he sucks. I'm sorry. He sucks.
Whoa,
Kills Nazis.
whoa.
Oh, for fuck's sake! How about if I just skip to the final level? That's good. That will.
Okay.
Okay.
What time is it? Okay, fuck.
11:39.
Okay, if I at midnight, I'll just skip to the final level. That's good. You know, again, it's like the controls are not very. I go to do the web ball, and he just like shimmies forward like an idiot.
Does this game have anything like controller gameplay wise that makes it different from the first PS1 game, or is it just
No.
more of the same?
It's pretty much like the same control scheme and everything, but for some reason I actually think the control is slightly worse in this one. Especially when it comes to the webs. When it comes to the webbing, it's. You know, yeah, I'm gonna skip this level. Fuck you. Everywhere you are, everywhere you go. Steven, what's
Okay.
I mean, Stefan, I'm sorry, TJ, what is our current total?
$3,120.
That's fucking pretty sexlicious.
That's lit.
Yeah.
And currently,
Oh my god, my ears.
Kick him,
Wow.
kick him from the call, please. That was horrible.
Who did that?
Hero,
Who did
that was fucking terrible, man. What's funny is Hero doesn't have the ability to bring himself back into this chat. He is stuck in general by himself.
I also lowered it to 5.
Power will be limitless. We need Dr. Watts to finish the device. Only she knows where to find the missing piece.
This Sandman's terrible model.
I'm just wondering how much construction paper it took Electro to make that mask.
Virtuality.
I'm just wondering how much
Introduce
Thank you.
insurance.
Also,
I
Yeah,
know
sorry.
past me. I was wondering that too. Thank you for asking.
Enthusiasms. What a mind.
Hero, turn off your stream.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I just turned it off.
I hear Echo.
I got a dolphin.
Destroying
Also, want to know, we've got, if anybody wants any last minute additions to the daily raffle, because once Gareth is done, then he's gonna raffle it all off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. How many people do we have? How many tickets do we have in the raffle right now?
20 tickets right now.
20 tickets. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Stefan, can you start entering those in our raffle selector?
I'm gonna get
Oh.
the doctor
Oh,
myself.
okay, I'll do it now.
But I get nowhere unless
Because if we get any last minute ones, we can quickly add them in. If not, then they're just.
Spider-Man.
yeah, so I'm trying to do some math here in my head. But if there's about 20 entries into the raffle, that means that if you were to even just put in 1 or 2 raffle tickets, you would have a roughly 5% chance of winning.
And a lot
Those are pretty good
of
odds.
them are multiples. So, like,
So if you were to donate $5,000 all for the raffle and you still didn't win, I would feel personally bad for you.
Especially considering that you could have bought a lot of Burger King for that $20 gift card.
You see, when you think about it, it's like loot boxes, only with a higher percentage.
Fuck you, Crash Team Racing Nitro Circuit.
but then you can also get the crown signed by some calls me Johnny
Oh.
and Scott the Waz
Who?
and Arlo
Who?
and maybe XN Shadow, but whatever.
No, I wasn't.
Me.
No, not.
Oh yeah, that's right. You,
Oh,
yeah,
it,
you-
it,
I
it,
did sign it. My
It
beautiful
actually-
signature's on.
it actually loses value now, Caro, Simon. Is there a way that we could just like white out her name so the whole
That would
thing
make the
isn't
crown
ruined?
even uglier then.
Nah, it removes your name from it, so it's actually a win.
You know what? That's why we're donating to the raffle, so the one of the person can burn it.
Yeah, I'll burn it.
dude. We should
You
totally
can't
get
sign
that.
up for a raffle in your own charity marathon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
Caro.
guess you can, but you shouldn't.
Well, see, no, because this year we're actually what am I supposed to do? This year we're actually doing a using a system where we just put in the names of who donated, and the system will pick a winner. So if I were to do it, like, there's not a way that we would, you know, I could gimp it in my favor. Although of course we're not gonna do that, so don't worry about it.
So we're not going to stack the raffle so that Catherine's mom wins the Burger King crown.
Same with my son. What do you want?
What did Ben win? Was it the DuckTales one?
Yes, he still has that in his room.
Aw.
Where the fuck? I'm in this room. It's not what the. Oh, okay. Spider
I
sense.
like the animation that Spider-Man makes when you like rotate. It looks like he does like a little like kind of cartoon animation.
So, spider sense is going off, but.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Are you not allowed to just use the elevator?
I'm pressing the buttons. Like I can't use this door.
People are telling you to look up.
Oh.
I think that one vent right there.
I can't even see it. What?
Above it. It's up right above you.
Hey, baby. Oh.
Okay, in fairness, I would not have been able to tell that was there. Just
I
by
know, right?
Oh boy.
He probably says it.
I bet this will take me to the controls.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. How are you supposed to see that with
He
everything
probably
else
says
being
it.
dark?
Are they still open now, DJ?
Yeah, they're open till 1:30.
Would you want to do pickup though?
Full health.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do pickup so whoever comes doesn't wake everyone up and then my wife will kill us.
That elevator looks unstable. Better secure it somehow.
Oh shit.
We are close to our goal.
Gaming is fun.
Oof.
Okay.
That's a big. Oof.
Let's get fucking serious here, boys. Let's get fucking serious. Okay, let's go kill these fuckers. Do-do-do, you're dead. Dead. Kick you in the face. Yeah.
No. There's someone trapped.
So again, guys, because we probably won't go too long. So if there's any last minute donations you want for today's prize, and also the Scott Pilgrim bid war, because I think that's first tomorrow, right, Stefan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that I'm leaving the Scott Pilgrim bid war until right before I start the game. So say if people end up donating to it like right before I play, then I'll count that to it. But like once like by 10 o'clock, then I'm cutting it off.
That elevator looks unstable. Better secure it somehow.
What are we doing for the cutoff time for Sailor Moon?
I assume also right before you start. I think with characters we can do it right before we start the game, but for games it has to be the day before. So
Okay.
So for Aladdin, that closes at the end of the day on Sunday.
Okay,
So Derek has like time to prepare for which Aladdin game he's gonna play.
yeah, so Sailor Moon, that bid war ends tomorrow. The Aladdin SNES versus Genesis, I suppose, also ends end of the day tomorrow. And then we don't have any bid wars that are ending until Wednesday.
Well,
So
Tuesday, the end of the day is Tony Hawk.
oh yes, that's right. Which
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has voted in yet, but
Yeah.
No, somebody has. Somebody put in 1997 for Underground 2.
Some Tony Hawk on the ground.
oh my god.
Right now, just episode 3 was $30
associate
for Lego Star Wars, and episode 1 for Phantom Menace is $10. Arkham Knight has beaten City at this point,
There. That should hold the elevator.
which technically, when you think about it, when you think that only $5 of those dollars was somebody other than Johnny, So yeah, pretty much almost everybody has put in for night.
Yeah.
The Stark suit for Spider-Man PS4 got almost $200.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't checked the incentive sheet in a while,
And
so.
playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie has raised $200 as well.
So you're playing that for an hour.
That's but you know what, I would love it. You know, it makes it easier for me to get like a bunch of games longer than like 16 really short games. So I'm fine with that.
So right now you have about an hour and a half worth of games.
I still need to download that Donald Duck one.
Yeah.
And then Jurassic Park Mega Drive.
Oh yeah. I guess they just mean the regular one. The Jurassic Park had like 4 different games on the Mega Drive.
I
Yeah,
assume
and-
they're talking about the one that people actually like.
But he has to be because there is one just called Jurassic Park, and then there's one called like the Maximum Edition or something. But I think the comment just said Jurassic Park, and that's one I gotta play.
It said Jurassic Park for the Genesis.
Yeah, but
so-
there's like the Jurassic Park for the Genesis has like 5 different games in the Genesis.
Oh.
Uh-oh, hostages. Those goons won't see me on the ceiling.
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man.
Wow, Sailor Mars is the only one that has no money towards it for the Sailor
Looks like
Moon
that's
bid
everyone.
war.
Which I'm like, I can't believe Venus has any people. Venus sucks.
Venus has less than Sailor Moon by 2 cents, at least.
Who does Catherine want to play as?
Ooh, I do not know.
Call her and wake her up on stream.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
If you
Is
donate,
she
if you
up
donate,
now?
if you donate $50, we'll call Catherine and wake her up on stream.
I feel like that'd be a terrible idea.
Just for charity. If you look, this level layout is almost identical to the bank level in the first Spider-Man game.
Empty your pockets.
Okay. So, what are we here for?
Yeah, play Spider-Man.
Because they're drunk.
Yeah, it's good. I actually need to get some more booze.
I can't carry any more cartridges.
I mean, are we doing a charity?
I don't know. You're always asking us questions. Here, I want you have some fucking answers for once.
I'm sorry, you guys cut out. What?
I said you're always asking us questions. Here, I want you to have some fucking answers for once.
Because I haven't gotten any.
Well, you know why we're here. You can explain it. You can say it. I give you. You can do it. I believe in you here. I believe in you. I believe in you. Do it.
Alright. Okay, so the reason why we're here.
Wrong.
The reason why we're here is to support the IRC, who helps out refugees all across the world, trying to find homes for them, looking for their families, and given the current political climate and the amount of countries that have dictator world leaders, that just right now is more important than ever that these refugees need their help. And no matter what political spectrum you're on, I think we can all agree that no one wants to be a refugee, and we should make their lives the less painful for them there. And that's what the IRC does. They help them out and hopefully make their lives better in a time of uncertainty.
Very nicely said. Exactly right. You know, that's why we. I mean, that's why we wanted to continue to do IRC. You know, in this day and age, I think there's very few groups at this current point in time that kind of need help more than refugees. So very happy to do it again. And I know there's probably some fucking stupid vent I need to call out, but I can't fucking.
TJ and Aura are having a drunk off in the chat.
Oh my god.
I wish I was drunk.
Don't hug. I was scared, but appreciated. In bed is concusion.
What you call him? What you fucking do? Oh, so what the hell? I'm scared.
I thought TJ wasn't even all that drunk though.
I'm not.
Well, when we went to see Godzilla, well, he got shit-faced.
Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like the new Godzilla?
Yeah.
I did. I really liked it. I mean, it's. I think the reviews are somewhat unfair. I mean, it's not. The script is. It was never going to win awards for script writing, and there are too many human characters, and a lot of them don't have any personality. But I think the basic, like the overall plot is. It's on par with like as you said, Ted, about like the MCU. No one goes there for the plots. Like the plot works perfectly fine to get you from A to B in terms of why are these monsters fighting each other, and the fucking like Ghidorah, because Ghidorah has always been my favorite Godzilla monster, and this is really the first Godzilla movie ever. Unless you include the anime trilogy, which you shouldn't because they're fucking terrible, where Ghidorah is not like mind controlled or like doing something for a third party. This is the first movie where it's just Ghidorah is just evil and he wants to wipe out everything that ever lives. It's great. I love it. And I cannot.
Ghidorah's the three-headed one, right?
Yes, and I cannot wait to get the Blu-ray. The fuck? Where do I have to go next?
Ha 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 ha.
Are they gonna do a new Mecha Godzilla where he's a robot?
Mecha Godzilla is not Godzilla. It's a robot that humans make to fight, or aliens to fight Godzilla. Except for there is one of I want to say Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 2. They make Mecha Godzilla on the bones of the original Godzilla, which
that's dark.
metal as fuck. Was pretty much every, with the exception of Shin Godzilla, every single Japanese movie, it doesn't matter what series or what timeline you're in, with the exception of Shin Godzilla, every single Godzilla movie treats the first movie as it happened. So like there's three different timelines. There's Showa, which is the original series. Started in 54 and it went to about 76, I want to say, with Terror of Mechagodzilla. All one continuity. That's the goofiest fuck Godzilla. If ever you see a gif of him like flying through the air, or like doing a body slam, or like kicking someone with his tail, I'm gonna skip the step because I don't care anymore. That is Showa, and then the movies, both in terms of like quality and box office, really started to decline. So I want to say in something like late 60s, early 70s, they ended that series with Terror of Mechagodzilla. Then in 1984, they released a movie called, I believe in Japan it's called The Return of Godzilla. In the West, it was called Godzilla 85. Because it was released in '85, and it's like a big reboot. It's a big reboot. It treats the first movie as it happens, and this is Godzilla's comes back again. And then that ran until 1995 in Godzilla versus Destroyer, where Godzilla died. It was a big thing because at that point they had signed deals with Hollywood to make the TriStar movie, and they were hoping Hollywood would make like Godzilla movies for like a decade or so, and then give Toho a break. Because again, and that era is called the Heisei era, and that's my personal favorite era of Godzilla. And around that time, the money people weren't going to the movies as often, so they wanted to let Toho Godzilla take a break. The plan was to let him go on hiatus for like a good long while, but then in '98 when the American movie came out, and was fucking trash. Literally the next year, at this point, Godzilla had only been on hiatus for like 4 or 5 years, but the first American movie was so fucking bad, Toho brought him back the next year in a movie called Godzilla 2000, and that kicked off the Millennium Era. What's weird about the Millennium Era is Showa and Heisei have a continuity. The movies connect. Not every movie is a direct sequel, and not every movie is like related, but they all take place in the same continuity of those two continuities. What's weird about the Millennium series is, with the exception of 2 movies, every single movie is a different continuity, different like kind of reboot / direct sequel to the original. I'm not sure why they did that exactly, but with the exception of a Mechagodzilla movie got a direct sequel. But aside from that, they're all on their own. And once again, like all the others, critically and commercially, they weren't successful anymore. So in 2004, for the 50th anniversary, they released Godzilla Final Wars, where Godzilla pretty much fights almost every single monster in the Toho library. And it's a fucking insane, crazy movie. Good to watch while drunk. And then they went on hiatus again, and then they were on hiatus until 2014, when Legendary made the first Godzilla movie. That was so well received, and Toho actually liked that movie. That's
the Bryan Cranston one, right?
Yes, and then that's why they decided to make Shin Godzilla. It's weird because both times Americans have made a Godzilla movie, Toho's response is to make their own movie, but for different reasons. The first one was because it was so bad, they were like, we have to show people what Godzilla really is. The second time was, this movie is so good, it makes us want to make our own movie again. Which I kind of like that. And then, but then, I'm not sure the exact legality of it, but I know there's currently Toho can't make another movie legally until after Godzilla vs. Kong comes out. Which I'm not sure exactly how. I'm not sure if Shin Godzilla was like a breach of contract or they were allowed to do that. And then after they made that, Legendary were like, you have to stop making movies because we had the rights to this for a while. They got around that by making a anime trilogy that I was really excited for, but they're so fucking boring. It's just people talking, and it's so. If you were to ask someone to sum up Godzilla, what's one thing Godzilla does? Like people know what's even if you're a big fan, what's one thing Godzilla can do?
Shoot laser beams.
Okay, and where do those laser beams come from?
His face.
Yeah, well, he breathes. Basically, he has atomic breath that come from his mouth. The anime trilogy, it's literally he focuses a laser that is released from it's not even from his face. The laser just kind of appears on his nose and fires out. And I'm like, if you can't even have the laser come out of his fucking mouth, what are you doing with Godzilla? And I wasn't a big fan of those. The second movie was meant to feature Mechagodzilla, but Mechagodzilla is a city and there's no fights. The third one does feature a Ghidorah, a very weird dimension hopping Ghidorah who's worshipped as a god. I would say the third one's the best of the trilogy, but you almost can't just watch the third one because nothing will make sense. So I can't really recommend them, but they're all on Netflix. But then we have the MonsterVerse. There was the Bryan Cranston one, then there was King of the Monsters, and then there's going to be Godzilla vs. Kong next year. And then after that, because unfortunately King of the Monsters critically and commercially was nowhere near as successful as Warner Brothers was hoping. If Godzilla vs. Kong flops, well, not flops because King of the Monsters did not flop, and if Godzilla vs. Kong kind of underperforms the way King of the Monsters does, it's possible Legendary won't want to make anymore. Ignoring if Toho will let them make anymore, Legendary just may be I guess Americans just don't care about Godzilla the way we thought they did. And then everyone is a brief. Oh, and so those eras, Showa, Heisei, they're named after the reigning emperor. Although where that gets a bit weird is, technically speaking, the Return of Godzilla, the first what's credited as the first movie in the Heisei series, technically was made under the reign of Showa. But and then Shin Godzilla 2016. Shin Godzilla is a really fucking good movie. Like if you know nothing about Godzilla, I reckon Shin is a really fucking good movie to watch. There's a scene, you probably might see clips of it, but I won't spoil it, but there's a scene where Godzilla destroys Tokyo, but I won't explain how he does it. I have never seen destruction filmed so beautifully as in Shin Godzilla, and that's my show of the Godzilla series. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, that's the thing.
Remember that time Spider-Man punched Godzilla?
That probably has happened at one point.
Probably, yeah.
Spider-Man probably did it.
Oh, Ted, do you ever see so the director of King of the Monsters, he did this. He had this quote one time where he said, "If you take any movie and put Godzilla in it, it becomes a better movie." So somebody took a clip of Endgame, where you know the bit where spoiler alert for Endgame, the bit where all of the heroes come back, and there's that shot where it's like Cap against Thanos, and then Thanos kind of looks scared for a moment. Instead of showing all of the heroes, they just edited Godzilla from King of the Monsters entering frame, and it just cuts to like Thanos looking scared. That's fucking beautiful.
It's 12:05.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm gonna try this boss one last time, then we'll jump to the final one. I seem to remember Electro not being too hard. Fuck this.
Electro's a really weird character to make the main villain of a game like this.
Yeah. Enter Electro.
Let me guess. You're hunting Wabbit.
Hammerhead's not normally this big either. He's normally like a little guy.
It's like if you made Rhino the main villain of a video game. It's like, why?
Hammerhead.
I loved Hammerhead in Spectacular Spider-Man. That might be my favorite John DiMaggio performance of all time.
Yeah, and Spectacular, he's great.
What do you mean?
I think I like him as Sandman better.
I like him both, but I think I might give the edge. I think Hammerhead's a more interesting character, I think, in Spectacular. He's given.
I think Sandman's the more interesting.
Well, that's fine to be wrong.
Sandman's really good in Spectacular.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean,
because I think Spectacular does a great job of making most of the characters sympathetic and getting down why this guy absolutely hates Spider-Man.
You didn't
It's
need
like
to quantify that.
no, yeah, you know,
Yeah,
we're missing most
Electro.
of the movie.
Electro's probably his most sympathetic and spectacular than any other.
Going straight to the final level.
I have to get this someplace safe while they're fighting.
Straight to the end.
Yeah.
it always kind of weirded me out. Not weirded me out, but it confused me why they used Tombstone instead of Kingpin in Spectacular.
Legal reasons.
But apparently it was a rights thing because he's
Yes.
technically considered Daredevil.
Well, at that point, yeah, as Kingpin, he was still tied up with, it's weird because the MTV Spider-Man cartoon featured Daredevil. They even brought back Michael Clark Duncan, who played him in the Ben Affleck movie, to voice him. But maybe it was just a thing where it was just easy. I mean, I like it. It gave Tombstone to do something different. It is weird though how I want to say in the first episode he's voiced by Keith David, and then in every other episode it's Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yeah, that's right.
It's that's either redub the first episode. That's weird.
It's because since Greg Wisen did Gargoyles, which had Keith David in there, so he basically did it too. He did that as a favor, really.
But it's either have him voice him in the whole series or don't do one episode. That's weird. It's weird.
I've seen that happen a couple times, where they'll have a big name play a character in their first appearance, and then they'll get the smaller no name, or not no name, but not as big of a name for the rest of the appearances.
Transformers Prime Episode 1 features Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson voicing Cliffjumper. He's on screen for about 2 episodes, for about 2 minutes before Starscream kills him, and then in season 2 there's a flashback episode featuring Cliffjumper, and they just had some guide for him. So
I'm blanking on it. I know in Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales' first appearance, it was Donald Glover played him.
Oh, just
And
the
then
first
all-
appearance?
Oh wow.
Pardon?
Because I had heard that Donald Glover voiced him. I assumed he did it for every episode. Was it just the first one?
Yeah, it was the first couple. Yeah, it was like the first. It was the first couple episodes for Miles' first appearance in that one season, and then when Miles became a more recurring character, then they replaced him with a different guy.
But it's probably because he was busy with other stuff.
Yeah, so
No.
Donald Glover, the character he played in Homecoming, was supposed to be
Prowler.
Miles' uncle.
Yeah, it's the Prowler.
Yeah. Aaron
Okay.
Davis.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't read any Miles stuff, so the first Miles thing I actually saw was Spider-Verse, and I actually was legitimately shocked when the Prowler was revealed to be
Spoiler alert.
Miles' uncle. I mean, come on. If you haven't seen that movie yet, you're hopeless. So
Well, no, to be fair, like, no one wanted to see that at the cinema. The fact that that's the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie, and Far From Home is the best grossing Spider-Man movie, is bad. People should.
We're also talking about the general public, who is a very different demographic than say people who watch these streams.
Yeah.
not to mention that Enter the Spider-Verse also got the Oscar. So
Hell
who's
yeah, they
zipping
did.
up their fly? This isn't that sexy, God.
I've heard that. This is it's a Christian stream.
I don't even
Well,
know.
speak up.
I don't
The
know
most Christian character, Spider-Man.
Yes.
No, don't say that. You can't say that. 'Cause Dan Slott will be mad.
Who gives a fuck? Spider-Man's Jewish.
Okay, which Spider-Man though?
Well, I mean, nearly every Venom origin story has that frickin' bell tower church thing, which is very clearly supposed to be like religious symbolism. So
There's basically a thing where most people say Peter is very often coded Jewish, and so people say he's Jewish, but Dan Slott has a thing where he doesn't like to say that Peter is Jewish because he feels that he says Spider-Man is too big of a symbol to really code him down
Fuck
to be
that.
one thing. Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, but what about all these characters like Ms. Marvel or whatever? What about them? And he's basically like, oh, Spider-Man's different because he's so much bigger
Because
than
I-
that. And it's
because I write
it's still not really
Spider-Man.
I mean,
that's not really.
not really. Like the Thing is canonically Jewish, and he I think at one point was even bigger than Spider-Man was, or almost, because the Thing was, I believe, the most popular Fantastic Four member for a good long time.
Oh, forever.
Yeah,
Probably
it's-
still is the most popular.
It's like in terms of popularity, it's either Thing or Torch, and then Invisible Woman's the interesting one, and Mr. Fantastic needs to be punched in the face.
Yeah, no one likes
That's the
Mr.
dynamic
Fantastic.
for every single Fantastic Four book ever.
Pretty much.
Except well, I'm about to say, and then Hickman is the only one who's he's an asshole, but there's actually a point to his assholery. We actually comment on it.
What's the point?
Oh, Gareth, I know that this is off topic, and you asked this an hour ago, but Catherine says that her favorite sailor is Sailor Jupiter.
Okay. Acceptable. Not the one I wanted, but acceptable.
Okay.
Jupiter's in second place.
Where the fuck? What the fuck do I do in this boss fight?
You punch him.
He's fucking. No, this is the point where he's like pure electricity. I can't. I seem to remember. I think I need.
Just remember Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
You
he's-
just gotta attach a jumper cable to yourself, and then you can punch him.
Wait, what?
Ah,
Is that actually how he beats Electro? Is by attaching a jumper cable to himself?
Yeah, remember it was him, Gwen Stacy, attaches a jumper cable to his webs so that it can reflect Electro's electricity.
Oh, fuck. Somebody one of you guys look up. What how the fuck I beat this guy? Because TJ's passed out.
Oh, he actually did. He is dead.
Legit passed out on my couch.
Okay, just 3 more songs.
Alright, so since TJ's dead, I guess I'll check for donations then.
Yeah.
There is no more right now.
There is no more? Oh, okay.
Somebody
Failed chat.
look up how I defeat this guy.
Okay, yeah, I found a YouTube playthrough.
TJ, are you okay?
He can't hear you no more. He's in a better place.
TJ can't be with you anymore, son.
But why? He just can't.
You have to destroy the 4 generators and then the capacitors next to the generators.
What these things?
I think so. Or maybe the like pointy thing behind you.
The web, like the auto aiming of these fucking webs is so fucking bad. It was a mistake to go back to this after, you know, PS4 game. And it's a good thing I put on invulnerability, otherwise I don't know how I'd be really doing this.
Aaron's like, can I be TJ now?
The fight, so hero, look at on the video. What thing should I be trying to defeat these legs?
Avoid electrified mines.
Like sand clock things, or the tall blue towers?
Let me check. Actually, yeah, you're supposed to beat the sand clock things first.
The sand clock things, okay.
Or at least the generators in them.
I did that. Now what?
Hang on.
See, kids, this is why you don't add a game last second to a chat announcement.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to draw a thumbnail for this, am I?
We'll just skim through the videos.
Okay, hang on. Hang on.
So you already destroyed the 4 conductors?
Well, yeah, those 4 conductors had like 2 things on them, and I trashed those.
Okay, after that, lure Electro into the previous building where the 4 generators are. Trick him into blasting the generator. Once he hits it, he will become vulnerable for a short time. So start ramming him with your punches and kicks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do.
Thank you, Game FAQs.
I wonder if I just slept in this chair right here in my basement.
Don't do that, it's bad for your back.
Ted. No, don't do that.
Well, he's not. I mean, I've lured him, and he's not attacking anything. He's just hitting me more. I'm gonna restart the level.
No, don't do that.
Oh, too late.
I have to get this someplace
Oh,
safe
God
while
damn
they're
it.
fighting.
Oof.
Okay. Ah. Okay, so over here, and let's have a look. See, so
First, I have to disable the capacitors along the sides.
break that one.
If Electro doesn't flash,
Break
find
that
me
one.
first.
I broke him, and now do I have to stand? Okay, do I have to stand on it for him to hit? Okay, I'm trying to.
No, you have to break all 4 of them first.
Okay. So 2 down.
After that, swing towards the tower. After you destroy the generators, the things on the generators, swing towards the tower and destroy the conductors on the tower, and then Electro will not be able to recharge his health. People are comparing you to DSP at the moment, which is, I think, a little harsh considering that Gareth is literally drunk right now.
Yeah. And it's like so late.
And also he can't hear the game, so
Yeah, that's
and hasn't beaten it, but hasn't played it before.
No, I have this game. I've not played this game in like 10 years, 15 years.
Oh, chat asks who's DSP. Don't look it up.
But I've never watched this content. I've just seen people complain about it enough to know that it's not a nice comparison. But
Hold your horses. We can play in a minute.
that's fine.
A lightning stab.
I just played this game for you. You know, that's fine.
Charging now, Sparky.
Okay. Okay, so I killed those things. So now.
Okay.
Now what?
Let's see. After that, lure Electro into the previous building where the 4 generators are.
Okay.
Trick him into blasting the generator. Once he hits it, he will become vulnerable for a short time, so start ramming him with punches and kicks.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to play this game again at some point where I practiced it. I know what I'm doing to revenge myself. No, avenge myself with their revenges. Okay. Ah, there we go. There we fucking go.
Generators make Electro vulnerable.
So fucking tough now, I am. Oh, that's what I got.
Note to self. Avoid electrified mines.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
he does not take a lot of damage.
No, and I even have super strength on, so. Get up! Oh yeah. Bastard. Okay. Well, I know what I'm doing now, so I'll get this done. I'll get this done. It's fine. Oh, I to do that. Fuck! Ah. So how's everyone doing?
On the internet.
So Ted, does this make you want to play this game?
I still haven't played the PS4 one.
Really?
Yeah, I was waiting for it to be cheap because with most PlayStation games, unlike Nintendo, after about a year, you can get them for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So I was waiting until then.
Gareth, we got another $10
Oh, nice.
from Smellbringer. This isn't Spider-Man on PS4. I feel ripped off. No wonder TJ chose to die. Nah, JK, love you guys. Put this to whatever you want.
Put that towards Donatello. Well, no, wait. Who's further behind, Donatello or Sailor Mercury?
Let me see. Mercury is winning against Jupiter,
Oh, okay.
and Donatello's losing against Leonardo
So
right
put
now.
it towards Donatello.
So that's $10.
1 week from today, we do Spider-Man PS4 though.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
Ted
Yeah,
said,
we are doing.
Ted said, doo-doo.
And also, because Johnny still has $120 to go whatever he wants. He hasn't said it yet.
Well, that's because Johnny doesn't pay attention to anything.
I kept trying to message right after Star Wars Connect, but he didn't say anything. So we have to remember that.
Put it all on Donatello.
Guys, put it all towards Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight's already winning though. No, knowing him, he'll just put it back into he'll just put it all into Arkham City. Then we gotta work at night again.
Up from a broken tower, Electro.
You got his health back then? Oh.
Just put it all into
No,
his back.
apparently he doesn't get his health back. I thought he wasn't supposed to get his health back if you... Oh, okay, so it's supposed to break the tower, so he can't do that anymore. Okay.
Alright, that's cool. That works for me. This would be really tedious without infinite health. Which I did this. I did finish this game legit once, so I know I can do it. I just can't be bothered. I'm old, guys. I'm fucking 31.
Also,
and I'm old.
and how are we gonna handle the actual the raffle thing? Because I put everything into the raffle page, and I have like it's all ready to go. Basically, I just need to press a button, and then it will give us the winner.
Okay, well then once we're done, and once we have no more, no more donations for the night, then we'll just do it before we head out.
All right. Do you want me to stream the thing or just do it?
People in the chat, do you need any interest in fairness?
I think it's.
Or...
Well, I mean, if it's just a computer program, there's no novelty of like picking a name out of a hat or anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like just for the sake of brevity, we just do it at the end of the stream.
Yeah. I'll just tell people, for anybody who just wants to be sure, I'm using a website called Random Picker, and I just put everybody's name into a thing. If you put in multiple times, I put your name in multiple times, so there's a 1 in 20 chance for, well, depending on for each person. Like say say one person has 5 things, so you have a 5 in 20 chance.
With that said, you still have like a good 2-3 minutes to donate for raffle stuff if you really want that crown. So
Electro's being a bitch.
Like 2 to 3 minutes?
Well, I mean, depending on how bad Gareth is at video games.
I mean, accurate, but fuck you.
Let me look at the crown if I can see who signed it. If I can recognize everybody. Kate something.
Who?
Scott was Balrog, Arum, Smash Master Show.
Oh, Balrog signed it.
I haven't heard of half of these people.
Arlo,
please donate.
Me. There's Sabrina, Jack, Ryan, John, Elliot, Caro, the Golden Bolt, Uncle Silver, Russ. And
wait, does Jack even have a YouTube channel? Why did he sign?
I don't know. He just signed it.
Artist.
He drew a little drawing. And there's somebody's signature is literally just a squiggly line, and I forget who it is.
It's Stefan's.
No, I put my full name and then I put FTCR as trash underneath it.
You put his full name, social security number, address, phone number.
I put a smiley face under mine.
Scott put his full name there.
Scott
Ryan
Wozniak.
did. Elliot put his name.
I hate this get up. Like the amount of time you have to wait when you get knocked on the floor is annoying. Like Electro would be dead by now if it wasn't like have to wait 4 seconds for him to get.
This is like a much annoying. This is like a much more annoying version of the Doc Ock fight from PS4. Like it's even in the same arena.
Oh come fucking hell!
Don't.
1 hit away. Okay, he's next. He's next to that. Check the refresh donations.
All right. All right. So we are at our total for the day is sitting at $3,130, which I'd say is pretty good.
Yes, sir. I think for if we don't count zeros, I think this may be one of our better days in a charity event.
Yeah, for sure. You know, any day where you get $3,000 is a pretty mighty Thor saves city from Electro.
Jameson.
What the? Now what's this all about?
So yeah, I'm gonna, I think people pay me to DSP. That's kind of that legit.
Full house, aces over kings.
It's cool.
I win again.
I don't care. I care immensely. Thank you so much for joining us again. I do apologize that Spider-Man 2 wasn't like a full game and wasn't good in terms of my playment, but I do apologize for that. I just thought it was something you guys would enjoy. So yeah, again, thank you so much for sticking with us and watching through today and donating. Thank you for raising so much money. And we'll be back in about 9.5 hours. Stefan will be with
Do we want to raffle?
Oh shit!
Yeah, raffle,
yeah,
raffle,
do
raffle.
the raffle. Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna press the button, and then we're gonna see who's gonna win the Burger King crown and the gift card. Ready?
Ready.
Ready? Wes Merritt's a mutant? I knew
All
it!
right.
Hey, are the X-Men hiring?
See results.
And the winner is
The
Stefan
winner.
Bonomo.
What?
Well, somebody has to root for the bad guys.
What'd you say?
So then the winner is Stefan
The winner.
Bonomo.
I can't believe it.
Spider
The winner is Calico Plus.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Who's shipping that? Is it you, Stefan?
Johnny has it.
Okay. Well then, Canico, send us an email at thecharityroom@gmail.com with your shipping information, and after the events, we'll get that to you as soon as we can.
Whoa, she looks dangerous.
But again, thank you everyone for helping us get so much money. It means a lot to all of us. Except TJ, because he fell asleep, so he doesn't care about charity. But I apologize. I'm tired. I'm drunk, and I just played this not very good Spider-Man game. I don't really like this one compared to the first one. The first one's fun. This one's just not fun.
Switch raffle will be at the end of the week, so you have all week to put money in for the Switch raffle.
Yes, well, I want to say Switch raffle will be at the end of the event. So if we go on to incentive days, you can keep donating to that. So if we don't end up unlocking any incentive games, then it'll be revealed at the end at Friday. No, next Sunday. If we do get incentive games, then it'll be the final raffle will be after that. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and again we'll be back in about 9.5 hours where Stefan will be playing one of the best licensed and unfortunately one you can no longer get anymore, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh boy.
Woo!
Okay, everyone say bye.
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 You can't tell me what to do.
Okay, how do I turn this thing off?